And we're live.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
How's everyone?
Okay.
We have still to think of something how we start these live chats because everything's like hi.
I think that's okay.
Maybe post it on Twitter.
Okay.
What a great camera.
I think our internet is bad, but I guess we'll see.
Looks bad.
Oh, what you gonna do? It's not the live chat it's wanted, but it's the live chat season 5 deserves.
It's so true. Like, it's not. Listen, we're not in a place we wanted to be at this point after the finale, but we're here, and it's fitting for season 5, I guess, because season 5 was just a mess. Honestly, it was up and down. Like,
it was really hard.
It was a hard.
It was a very hard season. They were not kidding when they said it would be rough for us.
No, and you know what's funny is I actually 3A was another really, really rough period for all of us. But I feel like season 5 it's like right next to 3A, I would say. Like
story-wise,
it's just the two of them are like twins.
I remember. I can't remember exactly how I felt while watching 3A. Oh no, I remembered how those were dark years.
That was
a dark year.
That was a dark time.
I have never been as depressed watching a TV show ever in my life as I watched 3A, especially after 3-3. Like that one broke me. I hated that.
Yeah. I started watching when 3B was airing. 3-9 was the first episode I watched live. Yeah. So I skipped that period of time.
Well, she skipped the worst parts.
Yeah.
She skipped that was bad.
Yeah, but for me, this is much harder than 3A because 3A is at least I understood. Yeah, but I understood the storyline kind of. I was pissed off, but here nothing makes sense for me here with Belark. So
I know.
Definitely.
At least
with Belark, we started off really promising.
I would say up until before we got to 6. I would say the first 5 episodes were really strong.
Yeah, the first 5
and then
were strong.
6 completely crushed our hopes and dreams, and then 7, 8, and 9 just were good, but they just beat us up continuously, and then they just dragged us through the mud until the finale, and now we're here.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Laura and I talked literally today. When did this happen? We literally started really good.
The season was amazing because
the beginning of season was so promising for Belark, in my opinion.
It's not even for Belark becoming romantic. Just them having scenes.
Yeah, them having conversations.
I wouldn't be this upset if they just had some actual scenes.
Yeah, and some actual conversations.
And not just nothing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the 2 leads in the show. These are the 2 leads.
What's annoying about it is that in episode 5, that was when the whole thing got brought up of how did you survive? And Clark was like, oh, well, I was alone. So that happened in 5. It took until 13 to get Bellamy to find out about the radio call.
Yeah,
and
the way that they used the radio calls was as a way for Bellamy to forgive Clark. Something that really frustrated me about that, now looking back, I wish that when we got that scene, is we just gonna ignore the way that Bellamy approached that whole thing? I feel yes, Clark was in the wrong and Bellamy was right because he was trying to save everybody with the flame and everything. But I feel the way that he did it with Clark was not right. He literally chained her up and wouldn't talk to her to explain it. He could have said to her, I'm doing this trying to save everybody. He didn't say that. It was just I'm sorry this is happening. I have to save my family.
Exactly.
We never got Bellamy saying anything about it.
We never got Bellamy saying anything I'm sorry about the way that it happened. I just feel like I wanted one more scene of them. Like, I wish when they said, "Oh, I'll meet you on the bridge," like maybe we got like a moment of them alone before everybody came. I don't know. I just wanted one more scene.
Or maybe when they were going to cryosleep for like 10 years in their minds, maybe that scene we could have had, but like no.
I actually really expected Bellamy and Clark, or Bellamy at least, to like just address the fact that he is the one that put the chip in Maddie and like apologize for that. Because like you should know how like what that did to Clark, and you should know why she did what she did. Like for me, it just like it was like reasonable for him to, I don't know, just like understand. I mean, he can be mad, like that's fine, but like he has to understand why she was as mad and as hurt because he betrayed her first.
Yeah.
So just like
exactly.
address, maybe perhaps, I don't know. But at that point of the like when it didn't get addressed, I'm just like, well, yeah, this is where this is how this season is going. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Finish the scene, whatever you.
Thing on Tumblr though about how Bellamy wasn't really mad; he was more hurt. And like I feel like that's a strong argument. Like I think that he was angry. Obviously, there was like a bitterness, but I think a part of him was more hurt by it because he forgives her very, very easily. Obviously, after hearing about the radio calls, but I just feel like if he was so angry, wouldn't he have like maybe said it? I don't know. I just feel like he was more hurt by her than angry.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I think that's obvious. Like he wouldn't be mad if he wasn't hurt. Like I think that was the like I at least I find it like I'm not mad at someone that like I don't care about.
Yeah,
I can't get mad at someone I don't care about. So of course there's like the biggest factor there was that he was hurt by it.
Yeah.
But
I thought he would kind of understand without Maddie having to explain it to him, because he was doing that for 17, 18 years of Octavia's life. He was doing the same thing. He would betray Clark in first 2 seasons. Literally, he wouldn't even think about it because of Octavia. He did so much stupid things because of his because of his sister and his love he had for her. So I thought he would understand immediately, but no. I feel like that's what Maddie was for.
Yeah.
Not season 5, Bellamy.
I think it really. This season, we just had so much of a lack of communication.
Yeah, it was no.
We needed most of the even not even just Bellamy and Clark, like none of the characters.
I would even say like Bellamy and Octavia. Like Bellamy still doesn't know about the dark year. He doesn't know that his sister had to resort to cannibalism to keep people alive. They was no communication really, and like still, it's not.
Yeah, that's
there.
Yeah, but just like at least with Octavia
and Bellamy, we saw a lot of emotions there. And
no, because like the lack of communication with the dark year there served the purpose.
Yeah.
That like because like he doesn't know, so he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
The lack of purpose with Bellamy and Clark served no purpose, just ruined the story there.
Yeah.
Like there was no communication between the main 2 leads. That even if they're not romantic, just like their relationship is the core. And it's ridiculous to like not give them season. They've been separated for 6 years. And clearly, like influenced each other during those 6 years. Like we see nothing there. We see no substance in those scenes that they have. Like their most meaningful scene was in like what 505 maybe, and after that, like everything was very superficial and like nothing. Like there weren't many meaningful things. Like I can't think of one really. So
well, there wasn't one.
Yeah, okay.
One of my favorite scenes actually between them this entire season was when they came out of cryo and all they said was hey to each other. I just love that.
That was
so sweet.
And
like
so soft.
The fact that she was the first one that he saw when he woke up, like, and like her smiling at him, it was just so adorable. And like I don't ask for much.
That was so soft.
That was so soft.
That was so soft and sweet.
But you know that there is something wrong with this entire season if that's the scene you first
that is the best scene.
That is so
God.
Great.
That's where we're at.
That's a good point. Noah in the chat said, I really feel like the deleted Splark scene must have been in the finale, implying romantic feelings between Bellamy and Clark, and must have been deleted when they got renewed to drag it out.
Okay, so about that is like, yeah, they could have cut it once they found out that they got renewed, but they filmed season 5 not knowing that they got renewed.
that's what scares me, is that they were gonna end it.
The thing is,
with
though,
Becco.
you could say that
together.
about season 4. They filmed season 4 with ending with Clark on Earth.
I mean, with this kind of show, they film every season like that. Like, it's gonna be an end. It still scares me.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that just tells me a lot. It's not like this season they couldn't have gone there, because they could have. Which is just what makes it this like so much more annoying, is that they could have gone there. Like they had a perfect story for me to go there to. Like I could have thought of 100,000 ways so we can go to the like romantic part. Like I couldn't like think of a way like during season 4. Like I wanted, but I couldn't really think of a way, because like they were not there yet in that sense. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And this time jump was just like the perfect opportunity for them to like reinvent their relationship. And we did nothing. They didn't talk.
They really didn't talk.
Yeah.
This was the end of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have been forever bitter in my life.
But I would love to know how the writers thought that it's a good idea to not have them a single conversation. I don't get that.
Also, that scene that's cut. I think Bob said that a scene was cut, but that was like during filming of season 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that was Unity Day when he said that, which is when they were filming still. So
what?
I think he said it at Unity Day, which is in January, which is when they were towards like the end of filming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to like are they gonna release that deleted scene when the DVD comes out?
Probably not.
We better.
They're not going to give us that, because it's probably something really big that we all wanted. It's probably them talking about their feelings or something.
It's not.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's something.
It's gonna be them just talking.
Yeah, no.
And that would still be more than what we had.
Exactly. That's why Bob said something big, some big scene, because that's like
they talked for like maybe 30 seconds.
Maybe one only scene.
Yeah. I wonder when it was cut, like what episode they cut it at. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, either episode 13, which I don't think they were filming there, or episode. Well, no. If he said it in January, he couldn't have known what they would cut. Well, yeah, he would have.
It can be any episode.
No, but because the last scene they had was episode 9 and then episode 13, so either 13 or 9 or something before that.
Yeah, it can be anything. Literally anything.
Yeah, I know, like, you guys, some of you guys in the comments are saying that you're giving up. Listen, don't give up. Keep watching the show. We're still hopeful with Balark because the ending was really, really promising. Like, we basically, season 5 was tearing apart every relationship that we love. And then at the end, it's important to remember that out of all of the relationships that they could have fixed, like they could have really fixed the Blakes and they didn't. Or they could have fixed, like we could have had another scene with like Octavia and Indra. Like out of all the relationships that they fixed, they made sure that we had Bellamy and Clark on the same page in the finale. So yeah. I'm thinking we're gonna be back to season 4.
For me, I need Becco to be ended. I need Becco to be ended next season. That's where I'm at. Like, yeah. Becco can't not be together the whole like next season. Like, they need to be over, and I need Bellamy and Clark like
to start
working together and like.
What I would really love is for them to start working together and Echo to start realizing that there's something else going on there, and then to get the actual breakup, because we didn't get to have any of that in season 5 because everybody was split up.
But it's annoying because
in season 6 we're really gonna.
It's annoying because what was the point of like? There's so many things in season 5 that like pointed to it going that direction, which is annoying.
That's why it's frustrating.
Like, what was the whole point of the traitor who you love then?
Because it's gonna amount to something.
That's why for me, like, it has to amount to something. Because like I hate to think that this is just all bait. I really don't. I hate to think that because like that would just be so bad for all of us. Like I'm hope it amounts to something. Like
I mean, I also hate to think that it's bait, but at this point, I'm just like, I feel like I'm mentally preparing myself because like I don't know how much more I can do with disappointment. Like, I don't know how much more I can just like hope and like say this is part of the story, this is part of the story, and then just like keep getting disappointed. So I'm like, I'm gonna be cautious. Like, I can't stop watching. Like that doesn't work for me. Like, I'm stuck here. Like, this is it. I'm gonna watch it because like whatever happens, they still have the most beautiful relationship I've seen on television. Like, whatever way it goes, whatever happens next, it's still the most beautiful. So I'm gonna see it through. I just think it's gonna be like a ridiculous like waste of an opportunity if they don't ever become canon. I think it's just an incredible disrespect to fans, because if they don't become canon, it was all bait. And this is like, after this season, it's like the first time when I can't tell you that it's not bait. Like, I can't say that it's not bait because I have no fucking idea anymore. Up until this point, I was just like, this is all part of the story and it's the perfect story. Now I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. Really. I really don't know what he's doing. So like, of course there's still hope, but I'm just like, I'm being a bit more careful this time around because I can't do it anymore.
I literally can't be disappointed one more time like this, honestly. Like in this season, I like through this season, like episode to episode, we've been disappointed in every single episode. So after this season, I'm gonna be really careful for what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a shame.
It'd be such a disservice.
They didn't go there.
And like, you know what's really annoying is that like, I feel like
I do think that Bellark is going to be endgame for me.
I
just don't know if they're going to, like, I just hope that they don't wait until the finale, like the series finale, and do that thing that all the shows do where they make the couple get together at the last episode. Because that, like...
I'm not hit that.
Yeah, I know. I know. The thing for me, I'm trying really hard. It's not like I want not to hope and I want to be like they're not gonna maybe become canon or something. I can't even imagine in my mind. I can't imagine them not becoming canon. I literally can't, and not being endgame. I mean, endgame. I don't know if they're gonna die together or something, but like the most important person in each other's lives.
Yeah.
But if it's in the last episode, for me, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Honestly, at this point, if you're gonna, I don't know if I want it. Because I wanted so bad before that. So if I get it, one kiss in the last episode just to satisfy me, or for that to be the part of the story or like something like that,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
I don't think I like. Oh, I'm gonna hate it if they do it because like it was never supposed to be that way.
Exactly. I can't say no to Bellark kiss. I mean, for God's sakes, but at the same time, like if you are following your story, there is no fucking chance they would kiss at the end of I don't know, maybe season 8. I have no idea how long they're planning to for this show to go. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because there's no fucking chance. If they put them together like in the beginning of season 6, in my mind, if they're working together and be partners, like and go back to the roots they were before, like something like that, there's no fucking chance that those feelings they had before are not gonna start again.
I mean,
that's where I'm at right now with them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it. Like, we're going into a season with Bellamy and Clark are going to be the only ones awake, first of all.
Yes, and that is amazing.
So they're going to be like the only ones like around besides Jordan. So they're like already going to be working together to figure out like if this planet is like they can live on it, like stuff like that. And they're not going to wake everybody up right away because you can't do that unless you figure out if you have enough food and all of that.
I would even say that's like 401.
Yeah,
it's like
they're gonna be like partners.
Like,
so like we're gonna see that dynamic between them again, where they're on the same page. Like that's really, really great. But think about it. Like Clark is around. How the hell is Becca gonna stay a thing? Like that's what I keep thinking.
They were separate all season. That's why
exactly. Like they had communication issues all season.
Yeah.
That's why like those feelings. Like I can't imagine that not. Like being a problem for Bellamy and Echo.
I feel as though we're at a point now in going into season 6 where like we have Bellamy and Clark are now working together. And Jason said in an interview, Jason's lovely interviews, he said
don't imagine it.
Yeah, but no, he said that Bellamy and Clark, like more of Space Crew is not going to forgive Clark yet or something. But Bellamy, we see in the finale, does. So I feel like that's also going to cause like a rift between Bellamy and Clark, and then Bellamy and Space Crew. Although it's ridiculous that Space Crew doesn't forgive Clark, because how many times has Clark saved all their asses? Like, really? Like,
I can't imagine that.
I mean, that is a whole other problem that I have. Like, just like ungrateful people. Like, how do you, like, especially like if people who know Clark, like Raven and others, like don't forgive her, I'm gonna be pissed off. Because like you said, she saved your asses for 4 seasons.
Clark,
Like, and she
saved Raven's ass in the finale.
She saved her in the finale.
She gave her life for your precious Space Crew family. If you don't give her she has room to make mistakes. She has enough room to make mistakes that
and
can
she
be
made
justified.
2 mistakes in this entire season. She made 2 mistakes in your mind. So, and then she figured out how that she was mistaken, and she fixed all of her mistakes. She saved you guys one more time, everybody, in the last episode. So if there is a single reason for you not to forgive her, then...
And she did those things because you wanted to make her 12-year-old child a commander. I think she has justifiable reasons to betray you people.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, like, that's insane to me.
Yeah,
like, that is insane to me.
That's why I can't imagine that being that big of a thing. Like,
well,
that'd be ridiculous.
I also want Clark to have friends next season. Like, that'd be really nice for her to actually communicate with Raven. Or maybe we can have I really, really want a Clark and Murphy friendship, like Team Cocker.
Honestly.
Or you know what? Maybe Bellamy. Maybe Bellamy could be her friend. Honestly, there is a step forward. I feel like that's a step forward.
No, I can't. I hate Clark being isolated all the fucking time. So I want her to have friends. I want her to have friends this season. Especially actually
we have not gotten Clark and Murphy.
Nope.
Yeah.
There was no time.
There's no time for anything except seeing Bellamy and Echo have sex. That's what we had time for. But we didn't have time to see Raven and Clark talk. We didn't have time to see Clark and Murphy talk.
That scene was such a waste of screen time.
Season 6 needs to be a lot about communication and like fixing relationships.
That's what I think it's gonna be. Like, season 5 was the teardown of it, and then in season 6 we have this hope of like going back together and everything.
Being the good guys and
like, listen, think about this. Monty, who was on the rig with Bellamy and Echo, and literally watched them get together, woke up Bellamy and Clark instead of Bellamy and Raven or Bellamy and Echo. Like, he chose specifically to wake up Clark with Bellamy because he knows that these two, there's something special when they come together. And it's like we've always gotten told, like, from Bob and Jason, everybody, that when Bellamy and Clark, good things happen. Like, this is a very special bond, and things, when they're working together, that's when it's best. And just the fact that Monty and Harper both acknowledge that is really huge, because Bellamy and Clark are also going to be acknowledging that too. Like, they know now, like, they work better together. Mm-hmm. So I feel like in season 6, they're going to be on the same page like they were in season 4.
Yeah. I mean, I love, and like that means the world to me that he woke them up first, because like starting like season 1 with the delinquents, that always makes me so emotional. Like, Bellamy and Clark were the mom and dad of the delinquents, and like they kept saving them. And so like he knows that like when Bellamy and Clark work together, like that is the best chance for humanity, really. And just like the fact that he did wake them up and they listened to that message, and so that message is going to affect them more, and that message is going to affect them more than anyone else. They're going to really try and achieve what Monty wanted them to, and hopefully like work together to get that, like be on the same page with that. And that makes me really excited for season 6 to see, hopefully, I mean, if the writers like decide to kind of focus on them working together, and how that would be like best for everyone else. I guess I'll see.
Yeah, that's probably I didn't. I mean, of course, I wanted romance, and romance was something that I thought was gonna happen in this season in the beginning. But this, exactly what you said, was something I expected, and I was sure I'm gonna get them working together. Them, because like they were those kind of partners for 4 years, and they've saved all of them. Like they were, like you said, mom and dad of delinquents. So at least I expected that bond to come back as soon as they come back together. So, and we didn't get that in season 5, and that's what I think was the most I missed in season 5. Not them like being romantic towards each other, just them like
that partnership. There.
Exactly, there was nothing. There was like 1 second maybe in episode 4 or 5. I'm not sure. In episode 4, in episode 5, where they were like kind of on the same page in partners and doing everything together. But like that's the thing I miss the most. Them like being together.
Co-leaders.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I think episode 5 was, I think, one of the best ones of the season, because we had Bellamy and Clark both being isolated and both like coming back together. They just reunited. Yeah. Like we had that head and the heart thing. Like,
oh, I love that.
I just feel like we were on the same page, and then
that's why I hope we get back to that point with like where they were at in season 4. I hope we get back to that.
I think that's where we are, though. I think that's where we are.
That's what I'm hoping the most in season 6 for now. I mean, we're gonna see if what they're gonna do with romantic part, but that's at least what I'm hoping the most for season 6. Them like that, just like you said, this Monty's message is, I hope that it's gonna affect them in that part. They're gonna do for now on everything together. So if the writers are smart, they're gonna make like Echo notice that and like figure out what's happening.
Yeah, but we said this at the end of season 4.
So I'm not gonna talk about So I'm not gonna talk about that, and I'm not gonna hope about that. But I'm gonna hope that at least they're gonna be partners and do everything together, because this is even more perfect opportunity than it was in beginning of season 5, because now they're going to the new planet when they don't know anything about the planet, so
they have an obligation towards Monty and Harper, especially to just like take care of them all
and take care of their son. If we are
There's something very tiring about the fact that we literally said at the end of season 4, like, this is it, we're here now, we're getting it, and we didn't. So I think that
I just think back to your tweet.
Like your tweet. I need to find that again to like literally post that again on the internet.
Yeah, literally.
Like the most true thing. I mean, I'll laugh.
We're gonna find it.
We're gonna find it.
We're gonna find it again.
Find that tweet.
Like, it's so true. We all said it going into season 5.
But
do you know this time?
Do you know the truth? There wasn't a second in our minds when we tweeted that we actually thought that's
we were literally like, I just remember we were tweeting this. I was like finding gifts. I was like, I don't even know why I'm tweeting this, because we know they're gonna be canned, but like it's fun.
It's funny. Let's tweet it.
Little did I know. Little did I know that was literally gonna be. I mean,
I remember way back when thinking Bulark was gonna get together in the season 2 finale. Remember that? No. You know why I thought that? Because Jason, remember, you thought that too, because Jason put up on Twitter, oh, Clark's lips touched something. And the whole internet blew up.
I remember that, yeah.
Oh my God.
We were like, what's it gonna touch?
What is it gonna touch? We were all thinking Bellamy was gonna need CPR or something. Like
no, I remember that because I started watching. I started watching The 100, and actually The 100 started airing, and I watched the first 3 episodes, and I didn't like it because Clark and Tim were really boring to me as a couple, and I thought it was just like a teenage show, so I stopped watching it. And then the break between episodes 4 and 5 of season 2, the promotional pictures came out, and there was a promotional picture of Bellamy and Clark hugging. And like that was all over my Tumblr. That was everything I saw from everyone. I didn't understand anything because I was like, isn't she with Finn? Like I don't understand I don't understand anything. And so I caught up in like 2 days to that episode, and I was like, great. Like they're gonna be together by the end of season 2 or something like that. Because like in my mind there was like no fucking way they wouldn't be, right? But then still, I was like, I really liked them. Like, I wasn't in love with them. I just really liked them. When I just went down the rabbit hole was in 216 when he put his hand on hers and like did all that. Like, that's my downfall. Like, that's where I lost it. Like, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here. I would be a much happier person if that didn't happen. I feel.
If you weren't alive and you wouldn't make me watch that show, I would be happy.
Yeah,
I would be happy.
Yeah, I made her watch it. I'm.
I literally didn't want to watch it for a long time, and then I feel like you.
I begged you, and you were like, when I was in season 2. Yeah. I wanted you to watch it as well, but you didn't want to, and you started watching it during season 3.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I don't know how.
No. And that's the problem. That was with Klexa and everything.
Yeah, I made her watch it when Klexa was.
Why? Why would you give? Why would you do that? Like,
because I needed someone to suffer with me. I needed someone to suffer with me. And so you were the only option.
Yeah, and actually, I fell in love with them later when I rewatched it the second time. I weren't even.
Oh my God, no! She didn't notice Bellark at first. Really,
yeah,
she was like, it's cute. I'm like, what do you mean it's cute? It's soul shattering. Like, and then like she didn't get it.
Life.
That's my place. And I was just like, I don't understand how you don't get it, so let me just play you a video.
I actually found Klexa cute. That's the thing. And when I told you that,
oh my God,
dark times,
dark secrets. Like, she first found Klexa cute, and me. That was like during the worst part of the fandom. Like, Klexa's, I couldn't deal with anything, and then she told me, and like she texted me, like she's like, Klexa is really cute. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck everything. Give up! I cannot do this shit anymore. It was like we always shipped everything the same. Like,
literally
everything the same. And she starts like, I don't see really Bellark. I don't understand.
Bellark is cute and all, but like Klexa is also great. Like,
and I'm just like, I don't know how to talk to you.
She didn't want to talk to me.
I didn't know how to talk to her because like she texted me. I remember she texted me just like randomly, I'm so sorry. And I was like, what? She was like, Klexa is great. What? And so she was like,
oh my God.
Like, that was before 315, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, before 316. We watched 315 together. I know, because I was freaking out about the Bellark scenes. And I was looking at her, and then and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna freak out too much because like she's not on my level. She's not there. She doesn't understand it. And then afterwards, I played her the video, Bellamy and Clark All I Want. That was like really popular at that moment. And then I looked over at her face. And she was crying, and she was like, what is this? How did I not see any of this?
I was literally
sobbing.
She was like, I didn't pick up any of this. I don't remember any of these.
Yeah, and then I started.
And then she went back that week, and she was just like,
and I started
showing
from the beginning, and I was like, oh.
I'm sorry, you made this really long. It was ridiculous.
No, that's so funny.
I mean,
yeah,
I did not know that. Oh my God.
It was not funny for me at the moment.
No,
like,
but now it's funny. It wasn't
her trying to convince me that like Klexa is
yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know how to talk to you.
Yeah, literally, she didn't want to talk to me when I told her that I like Klexa. She didn't want to talk to me for like 2 days, literally.
And I was like, just like talk about anything else except that, because I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and then it's funny. It's so funny to me when I hear like you don't like that and that just because you hate Klexa and Klexa, and I was like, I was a Klexa shipper. Like, what are you talking about?
You were exposed. Oh my God. Really funny. But like that shows that like there are, I think, Klexa shippers now who are actually starting to see Bellark, which is really big. I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw a lot of that actually. I also saw like even like Klexas who don't necessarily ship it, like can see that it's gonna happen.
Well, you know who? My brother. He was the biggest Klexa shipper before in the entire second and third season.
Yeah.
And then season 4 started, and he was completely on the Bellark side.
I mean, there was a video we posted it on Twitter. like of her asking him like, who do you ship? And he still says Clarkson to piss us off. And
because
then,
we know how much
yeah.
that is.
And then like she just enters his room and you see on his computer desktop that his background is the hot.
I remember that video. That's so funny.
I mean, come on. I don't know how weird.
Like that's why, like the fact that people who don't like Blark are seeing it now, especially I see a lot of people from the finale actually that are like, wow, yeah, no, they're totally going that way now. Because
that's something
you're saying it now. Like
no, I think that's hilarious because they gained hope and we lost hope.
This is
What is going on?
we're like tired.
Parallel universe.
literally, I watched the reaction of some Klaxa shipper, and she was like confused on the Blark moment. She was like, "Oh my god, this is the first time I'm seeing this." Literally, something like that.
Like, this is the first time I'm seeing something with you.
I saw that was going around on Twitter too. Yeah.
And I was just like,
What are you
fascinating?
like? And she said something
fascinating. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, she said something along the lines like Blark shippers must be crazy or something like that. Like right now, they must be losing their minds, and we're like sitting here disappointed.
Losing hope.
Save yourself now.
It was funny. It was fun when I saw it.
I think the moment that Klexa shipper had said that was when Bellamy and Clark had that moment where he was all like, "Meet me on the bridge," and he was like, "The commander told me so." Like that was totally.
Do you know that when I heard that?
Yeah, we thought that something like really big was gonna happen.
I thought something big was coming because I thought it was just gonna be the two of them.
Yeah.
I was flipping out before that. I think we went to commercial.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that could be said about every scene, like every episode. We're just like, oh my god, I still remember when you thought they were gonna kiss and like fight.
Yeah, that's
like I mean,
honestly, that's the funniest reaction you ever made. We were laughing so hard. We still rewatch it from time to time. They're gonna kiss right now. They're gonna kiss you. Marcella started fucking crying at that point.
I like left. I like got up and left. I like ran away when I thought that was gonna happen.
Funniest thing, and that is still like the funniest thing. Like I think every episode we just expect, oh my god, now something's gonna come and then nothing comes of it, and so it's just like, okay, of course. But like that scene was like his look at him, like nothing. Of course, like it's just one of the many looks we put in a pile of. Apparently, this means nothing because we're going nowhere with it. But it was just like
it's different because he knows about the radio calls. Though.
I feel like we're gonna know when we go into season 6. We're gonna know
from the beginning.
We're gonna know from the beginning. I think where we're going and like what he's gonna.
I would honestly say by like episode 6 or 4, 6 or 3, we'll know maybe.
I feel like I have no idea.
I mean, at this point though, I'm excited to see Bellamy and Clark working together.
I'm just excited for scenes, like
actually talking.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's hard to
get
being in the same room and like talking like longer than 30 seconds.
And that's literally so sad when you think about it. Like how far we come.
I feel like we were down. Like we were literally like, at the beginning of season talking about kids, and now we're talking about how we want them to talk. Like,
literally,
yeah.
I'm gonna be excited if they talk. That's the thing. That's so fucking sad because that's not how this storyline should have gone in my mind. Like, I understood it at this point. I understood it completely. Like I was so sure where they were going, and now I'm like, I have no idea.
It's just exciting. Like it's
hard to tell now.
Like that scene, you guys said it too. That scene at the end of Bellamy and Clark, she puts her head on his shoulder, and it's like the head and the heart, like that whole like that metaphor. Like, oh my god.
Because they're back on the same.
They're back on the same page, and he has his arm around her, and you get like this amazing shot of like the whole new planet and them staring at it.
Am I the only one that thought of the song "A Whole New World"?
It's literally like a whole new world, like Aladdin.
I didn't think of that because I'm crying, but I should have thought of that.
It's just like so beautiful, that entire scene though. Like I think that's the best ending that they've ever done. Like you could take season 4 and then edit it where that ending happens instead of Bellamy leaving and Clark staying on the ground, and it's amazing. It's great.
Yeah. No, I like that last 10 minutes of the episode was really, I just like everything went in my mind, because like, the season was so different, and it was so just like, I don't know, unusual for me. Like I couldn't really connect, but like those last 10 minutes were like the show I knew. Like everything was right at that moment. Like Bellamy and Clark standing alone and like looking at another responsibility they have to take, and for the people they love, and like that is just like always what I want for them. Just like to I mean, of course romance, but like even more importantly, just them to work together and like just be the co-leaders they always were, and carry each other's burdens and things like that. And like it finally, like after the entirety of the season, like it finally, I don't know, it felt right. Like finally the show felt right.
Yeah, that was the 100. That's the 100 right there. Like that is the 100.
Exactly.
That is,
and I think, my biggest problem is that this priča
story,
like the story, not the story, but no, the story of the entire season, it was really dynamic and it was really interesting, and I think it was like in that like the plot, yeah, it was really good, but they could have made it really amazing. This season could have like even with the portrayals and everything, just if we saw their feelings towards each other and how they feel when they betray each other, that could have been amazing. This season like could have been amazing in my mind. And the ending, even if not romantic, I don't care if it's not romantic, if we saw how much the betrayals they did to each other actually affected them, it could have been amazing in my opinion.
I mean, if any of the scenes, like they follow through on everything, like they set up so many things, like even with Bellamy and Clark, they set up so many things, but they never really follow through with any of them.
Exactly.
And it was so stupid.
Exactly. You can't believe how much I was literally shocked when we found out that Clark knew that Bellamy that Clark thought that Bellamy was dead, and we didn't had a hint that she actually thought Bellamy was dead.
We were like thinking she's not thinking about it because like she can't think about it, but she's just like, yeah, Bellamy loved you, Bellamy. This is like talking about him in the past time. And like, did we really not even get a scene where she's of Clark like dealing with that in any sense? Like she just accepts, like it was so stupid because like it's not even realistic.
So yeah, that's the biggest thing that was missing from this season. Not them not being romantic, far from that. Like I wanted that, but I didn't get it. But if they were actually talking and dealing with how much that affected them, their betrayals, I would be satisfied, honestly, with the ending of it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, the reason why Jason couldn't write Ballard being on the same page this season is because if they talked about their feelings,
everything would have been solved.
Everything would have been solved, and they would have became romantic. They would have
gone together. Absolutely. But I really
that's why it really like that. Like I can't imagine those feelings not. That's why it's like I can't imagine those feelings not being brought up next season. I really can't if they're working together.
If they're working
at the same point that they were in season 4, then I can't imagine it.
Because now he's just dragging it. But you're totally right. Like we didn't actually get to see a scene of Clark dealing with the thought that Bellamy was dead again. Like I did really appreciate though. One of my favorite scenes was when Bellamy was like, we're back in like 413 almost with like clock's ticking, we gotta go, but we're leaving people. And then you have Bellamy, who's not going anywhere, even though that clock is ticking. And Clark's like, we have to go. And he just looks at her. And even though at that moment they were still not on the same page or talking, and they still have not communicated those emotions and dealt with that forgiveness and everything, you still had Bellamy look at her and say, I can't do that again, when he says, I'm not leaving my friends.
I love that.
I just think that was so powerful and so intense. The way that he stared at her was like, I'm back in the situation. And I think even the way that she looks at him after that, like she's just like breathless because I think she realized
how much it hurt him
it hurt him too. And he's like, I don't
think she really knew the extent of how much that hurt Bellamy.
Exactly. Exactly. We agree. That's what we talked about later in our review. Like, all we wanted to see in this entire season is that Clark knows how much leaving her affected actually him.
And we thought we were gonna talk about it before the season began. Like, we thought there was gonna be like a scene where they address, or like at least something that happens where Clark knows, especially like how much it hurt Bellamy to leave her.
Yeah, exactly.
And we didn't get that. And so like in that scene, like that scene also is one of my favorites this season because like after a long time, like I felt it in my soul.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have really scenes that were like of substance that where I could like feel something. I don't know. But like that scene, like just like I could feel my heart, like I it was breaking there.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was a lot of emotions packed into like one look and that just like one sentence. Where Bellamy's like literally like he is not doing, like he's not leaving them because he can't go through that again.
And
he's not doing this.
He's telling her, Clark, do what you have to do. I don't care.
And Clark is not moving.
And the fact is, Raven is screaming at Clark's radio, like, come, we have to go. Close the door. Literally close the door.
Moving.
And Clark is just looking at Bellamy and knows how he feels and feels the same way, and she's not moving.
She's not moving. Like,
because
yeah.
I mean, that was like we were back to 113 as well. Remember where she actually had to close it and leave?
Yes.
It was like 113 mixed with 413.
Yeah, that was amazing. That is amazing parallel to that.
Yeah, and I just like his face when he says it, when like he just turns around and looks at her. He's like, I can't do it again. And like you said, like her face, like just that she knows that like it hurt him so much that like he is now rather gonna die.
Yeah, literally.
He's rather gonna die than do what he had to do in 413.
That's huge.
And, like she's not.
That's huge. Yeah, and like even he says the way he says like I can't do that. He's not saying like I won't. He's saying he can't. Like he cannot.
Like emotionally, Bellamy can't.
Emotionally, he can't do that again.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Clark really realized how intense it was and how hard it was for Bellamy as well. And I think when Bellamy heard about the radio calls, it really brought up a lot of, wow, you know, like I lived for her. Like I lived in her memory.
I still feel like Bellamy was acting different when he found out about the
he's acting so different when he finds out about the radio calls. He's just like looking at her kind of knowingly. And okay, I saw this on Tumblr and then I put it up on Twitter. But like when Maddie comes up and is like, I shouldn't tell you this, like, why shouldn't you tell?
Yeah, that line. I shouldn't tell you.
I shouldn't tell you.
If it's not a big deal and they're just platonic friends, why shouldn't you tell? Why shouldn't you tell?
Because that's not platonic, and it's not. It's different, and I think that he realizes that he's so shook
because it's telling that she called him like every day for 6 years.
Yeah, that's huge.
I mean, I think like the first thing I said to her, like when we finished the episode, we were like crying for a good 20 minutes still because of the Monty thing. I feel like the first thing I said, like while I was like just passing somewhere, I was just like, why did Maddie say I shouldn't tell you this? And then I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm not like literally one more thing. One more thing like, to put in the basket along with Twitter, Who You Love, and everything else. One more thing. I was like, I'm just done at that point, and because like every time I'm like, why did this happen? Let me not even think about it.
If this is a bait, I'm not gonna be baited again.
Like really cool like fish, and they like have these like fishing rods, and it's just like, come on.
Fight between my head and my like, oh my god, my heart is like, why does she say it and then my head shuts it down?
Literally, that is like head and the heart thing. Yeah, with us. Like,
yeah, the head and the heart is what is happening here. like
yes, like my heart is like ready for this, but my head is so scared.
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly. I'm like, when I like look into these scenes and like want to be like, why did this happen? I'm just like, shut it down. Stop.
Don't. I think that for next season though, we all definitely just have to be more like guarded.
Yeah. I mean, we started. I'm not taking any more bait.
The second,
Lola, you're saying that.
Lola, you're gonna have to keep our expectations.
no, I'm not taking any bait until they cross the line. The second they cross the line, I'm there. I
cannot wait to watch your reaction to the premiere. And Bellamy and Clark are gonna stand next to each other, and you guys are gonna be like,
yes!
No, I know what we're gonna do while watching the episode. If anything happens, we will scream. We'll probably run.
I will. I have more self-respect. I want to.
When the episode ends, I'm gonna be like, that meant nothing. That was nothing. If it's not explicit,
look at each other. We're all gonna be on the floor.
I'm waiting. I'm serious now. I'm waiting until they cross the line. The second they cross the line, I'm back more than I ever was there. But before that,
What's scary like that is I feel like for Belark, to get together is I need to be mentally ready for this. This is huge. This is something we've been waiting for. We need
mentally
to be
ready? How are you not mentally ready?
No,
How long
I'm okay. Yeah, I know, but I feel like if I go into the next season and we're yeah, they're not gonna do it or something, I'm gonna be so thrown off guard if they actually go. I need to stay hopeful for my own sanity because I know that they're going there and it's gonna kill me.
See, I didn't really think about it that way, that I have to prepare myself mentally. But I feel like I would rather die from happiness than die from disappointment again. So let me be pessimistic until that happens, and then I will gladly die.
I feel like I'm gonna just start crying. I don't know if it's from happiness or from being so tired or from whatever it is.
It's gonna be relief. I'm gonna start crying because I'm gonna find every person who told me Belark is never gonna become canon,
and I'm gonna send them the picture. I feel like I'm gonna be that Paddy and bitter fan.
It's gonna be an amazing moment. One day it's gonna happen, and it's just a matter of when.
For my own sanity, I have to believe one day.
One day, yeah, we've all believed in this for so long that it's just it is disappointing this season for sure, but it's also I can't not sit here and watch the show and root for Belark. That's just not something that I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I feel like no, but I feel like the both of us can't. For us, we said this in my mind. There is no way the Belark isn't gonna be together, because then everything I know ever was a lie.
Exactly.
In my mind, I'm just I cannot imagine a world where that doesn't happen. But at the same time, I'm just I'm so done. I'm so just done with taking the bait, and I just want to not hope, because I want to protect myself. I want to love myself enough to just protect myself from that.
For fuck's sake, we haven't crossed the street on red for 2 years.
Yeah, we were let us be careful. I don't know.
Everything we do, we're let us be careful. We want to see Belark happen.
Yeah. I mean, whatever happened with what Lindsay had said about the two romances, I definitely think that they must have met something. What was that?
No, that was just a joke. I'm 100% sure that was just a joke.
And then she looked at Bob and was like, "Oh yeah, you're a mess." What is that? What was that about?
Well, we saw what they filmed and what they know, and maybe in their minds he is a mess, and we all know how much Bellamy and Clark care for each other.
Maybe she meant you're a mess because you're with the person that your sister hates or something. I don't even know.
No, I think.
I don't know. It could be that. I don't
could have been what, because I think I'm trying to remember if at the time where they went to that con, if they had already had their meeting with Jason. But I'm thinking maybe they know something.
No, I don't.
I don't think they were talking about.
I don't. No, I don't think. I don't think.
I don't think so, especially because even if they had the meeting with Jason, I don't think the first thing Jason says is like, Bellamy and Clark, you're gonna kiss at the end of this season. I think that comes like
no, I
later.
don't think he tells them that, but I think that he tells them, like, especially in season 6, that that's gonna be a thing, like, where because Bellamy and Clark are working together, if they're gonna be like, if there's gonna be emotional trouble in Bellamy and Echo's relationship because of Clark, like, I wonder, like, it just, I feel like things that the cast have said just don't make sense.
Well, because Lindsay was saying that, and then like recently she was like, "Oh,
and then
that's
recently,
like the predictable
it's
ship.
the predictable
That's
ship,
boring."
which is straight out of Jason's mouth. Like
Yeah,
that is straight out of Jason's fucking interview. Like that was straight from Jason. Like so, I feel like they're trying to throw us all off now.
Also, one of the reasons why I'm guarded because like I feel Jason would not put them together because he thinks it's like revolutionary, you know. Even though he's been writing it in the complete opposite fucking way, and it's not revolutionary. Someone has to come. He's gonna ruin the story because like if he keeps like separating them and like not allowing them to talk, because like if they talk, the only way to go is like romance. I mean that's it. Like he wrote it that way. I mean he put himself into this place. He wrote it that way. He wrote it that way, and then he's like, no, it's revolutionary if they're not together. Like,
and it's not even.
Yeah, like he can't unwrite Villar. Yeah. Like you can't unwrite.
That's right, because like we watch so many shows. Like we watched shows where like there is two male and female leads. Like where there is like they're platonic. There is nothing romantic there. And even if there is completely different writing than this one. And the scenes are completely different than this one. And you can see a difference. You can see it. So it's like there is no way that he didn't wrote it like he wanted to make it romantic.
I mean, come on, like why would like there was
think about this though. Bellamy and Clark have been in what do we got? We got like 4 at the end of 4. Well, no, that was like the beginning of 4. So 4, 5, I would say 6 hardly even counts. 7, 8, 9, and then 13. They've only actually been in like 7 episodes together this entire season out of 13. Yeah. And in those episodes, they were basically not on the right side. They weren't on the right terms.
Not really.
Not really, because they had a lack of communication. And now I'm hoping that the call out of the radio calls and then the whole like I can't do that again. Like I'm hoping that now, especially from Monty's last wish to the two of them, I feel like now we're on the same page again. Now they know, like now Bellamy knows that Clark cares about him a lot. Like to call somebody every day, like that's huge. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like if Jason doesn't do it, then it's wrong, not even for the fans, but it's wrong for the characters.
Bellamy and Clark as well. And like to say that it's predictable and stuff is just so like that's like doing them a disservice.
Yeah, but like the thing about exactly.
I agree. Literally, before this episode, I told her even if we get like them acknowledging 6 years phone calls, like not phone calls, radio calls, like what if they don't make it like in a romantic way, like just like best friend calling the other best friend for 6 years. And she was like, how the fuck can you make it not romantic? How the fuck that you can make something so romantic not romantic? And actually we didn't have opportunity to see if that's romantic or not romantic.
They didn't explore. When I thought they were gonna find out about radio calls, I thought it was gonna be more explored, I guess is the word, than they did, because like they didn't really do anything with it. As I hope they like go back to that in season 6. I don't know if they're gonna. I have no idea what they're doing anymore.
That's true, because
but I thought that would like
they weren't supposed to feel those 10 years. Like they weren't supposed to feel those 10 years in cryo. So
the 125 that we got, that they don't feel it. So it's like that
125. So it's like that
just
like no time has passed. So that just got brought up in radio calls. So
and like you have to think, like why wouldn't Clark tell him about the radio calls if she's not hiding something? Like I feel like the radio calls have to come back. Like that was a big part of what Clark did.
It was basically just used in the finale for like Bellamy to forgive her.
Yeah, so I feel it has to be more than that, for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's not right if it's not.
But again, like we say that because it is a thing that makes most sense in the story. Like it makes the most sense to like for that to come back and to be addressed again because it has so much importance. And like to us, that's normal and reasonable. But I don't even know what Jason is thinking anymore, and if he's gonna do that, because like I'm just like,
and what bothers me is like I don't think that Jason realizes that like what people want is a well-developed relationship. Like
oh my god, yeah.
Bellamy and Clark, their relationship is like they're like the best slow burn of like all time. Like we don't want a relationship like Becco that's just out of nowhere with no development. That's like we don't want that. Nobody wants that, you know? Like
no, exactly.
I don't think he realized that like we want that development.
Because it's something like he even mentioned in that it's rare. It's really rare that we get to see something huge like this where they hated each other in the beginning and then they became like reluctant allies and then friends and partners. Like they've just been through so much. And their relationship is just one of the best developed shows on television. That it is wrong to make.
From boring.
It's far from boring, and it's so wrong to make your lead have like a romance off screen, and that's actually gonna amount to like an ending for him. Like what? Like that doesn't make sense.
Stupid. No, I mean I agree. I think the relationships, like for example, let's say now we had the relationship between Raven and Shaw, and it's adorable. They're just adorable. But I will never like they met during season 5 and they're already together and they're like about to like Raven was about to fly the ship and kill people because of him. Like she couldn't deal like they're so cute, they're adorable, they look great together, but like I will never be invested in that at all because
Literally.
I mean you are ready to kill people. You're ready to kill so many people. You met him like a week ago. Like that is not developed for me.
Exactly.
And that's why just like if you don't do that with Ballard, like I don't like the missed opportunity between that because like so many shows do it so fast and like I just for me like I don't like I like the ships, I watch it and but like it's never this I'm never this involved with it.
Yeah.
I can't even remember
it and you ship it, but there's just something really special about Bellamy and Clark.
There's nothing like Bellamy.
There's nothing like it. There's no show that has been around for this long
that has done a slow burn ship
it this amazing. Like it's just it would just be so wrong. Character wise, like if this was really like the actual ending of the story, and like I get what Bob meant when he said that this could really be like the series finale because like it's Bellamy and Clark together again, finding a new planet. We left Earth, like, and it literally says on the end of book 1, you know.
But if that was the ending, think about that. Clark ended up alone with
Clark would have been alone. Like, right. She would have just had Maddie and Bellamy, you would assume, and like her mom. Like we never got to see another scene of her with Raven, her friend. Like she doesn't have that amount of those relationships because they weren't explored enough this season because we didn't have time. A lot of people have actually said that this season is like a filler almost.
Yeah, I mean none of the relationships were explored. Like Space Crew stuck with Space Crew. Bunker was with Bunker, Clark was with Matt. Like nothing was. There were not a lot of interactions between the groups that much. Like I don't. Yeah. It seemed ridiculous to me because I thought that would be
the point of the
season. Like our characters
reconnecting to each other.
And like I feel because I saw a lot of people actually like love this season, and I feel like a lot of people who are like casual. Like for them, I can understand why this would be their favorite season because, like, plot-wise, I think it's a really good season.
It was really interesting. Every episode
it was interesting. Every episode was really like fast and dynamic. Yeah. Like a lot of things were happening. But like for people who are like passionate about it, who mostly care a lot about the characters and their relationship with each other, this is shit. Because there's one relationship. Like there's nothing here.
No development in this season.
Even the plot. This was not the best season. Like far from the best season.
Plot. And you know what's really actually ironic about Maddie being the commander is that she's like a 12-year-old kid and Clark is like her mom. So in some ways, Clark is in charge, like, cause she helps Maddie now, it seems like at the end, like the way she like nodded to her, like, yeah, like it's okay or whatever. And then because of that, you got Bellamy. So we actually do have Bellamy and Clark in charge with Maddie.
I hope we get like the three of them. Like, all the scenes with them.
And then you have to think now we have Jordan in the mix. So that's another exciting.
Bellamy and Clark are gonna feel responsible for Jordan too.
Yeah.
I think there's an interview that said like Murphy is gonna be the uncle who tries to corrupt him, and Clark are gonna be like the uncle and aunt that try to protect him. And I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna love all those relationships with Jordan, especially the delinquents. I want to see every relationship from the
delinquents
with Jordan. Yeah.
Like just he's the delinquent's child.
Literally,
they're all gonna adopt him. They have to like take care of him. I'm gonna cry because of that. Like you don't even know what that's gonna do to me. But like Jordan is, I love him so much already. Like he's such a ray of sunshine. Like I needed a character like that in my life. In the 100.
I think he's so refreshing for the show too. Like this is somebody
he's somebody that hasn't had to go through what all of them have gone through. He's very innocent. He's very naive. He's never really met anybody. He's never even eaten anything but algae. Like it's gonna be really.
Oh my god! That's so feed him something else.
Yeah.
Make him burgers or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, you know that the show because it's 100.
Don't let Wong make him burgers. That's gonna be bad.
Yeah, we're gonna get to see him be corrupted.
He's gonna definitely. This is the 100. He's definitely gonna go through war and stuff. But I think that I'm so excited to see Bellamy and Clark with this kid because we've always had like Bellamy with Octavia. We have Clark and Maddie, and now this is somebody that's literally like basically Monty and Harper were like, yeah, you guys are gonna be the godparents now. So when we die, you're taking care of him. He's yours.
Literally like that.
Literally, they're the godparents. They have to take care of him. They have to adopt him. And then the three of them have to live together. And hopefully then Clark and Bellamy will talk because they're like living together. That'd be great. Can that? No, I'll be down for that.
They don't have to wake people up.
Yeah, just like
I don't think that they're gonna wake people up until the second episode. I would say. I feel like the first episode.
I literally feel like season 6 is gonna start with them having woken up Echo, Raven, Murphy, Maddie, and Emory, and
I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna have to wake up people to make a plan, like to explore the planet.
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna wait. They're gonna wait Space Crew up, Maddie up, and then they're gonna come up with a plan. Like I don't even think they're gonna.
Clark aren't gonna wake anybody up. They're gonna go off and just explore the planet.
Well, no, I feel like they're gonna talk about their options though, because there's a reason though that Monty only woke up the two of them. Like maybe Monty only wanted the two of them to go see if this was safe.
Maybe Monty knows each other, Jacqueline.
I think I mean he woke them up so they can hear his message.
Yeah, and
so they can know how to lead. Like
exactly.
Those two at making that world that he wanted.
Exactly. If they didn't hear all those messages, they wouldn't be affected the same way they are after they heard them. So I feel like they from now on they're gonna do everything to like respect that, and they're gonna honor that. They're gonna really try to be the good guys, just like he said, and to take care of Shannon.
Shannon. Not Shannon. Jordan.
Jordan. Hair of Shannon.
All thought was Lucas.
He said his name is Jordan. I didn't even like.
Yeah, we didn't connect. I was like, please don't tell your name is Jasper. Please don't tell. So and then he said Jordan. We're like, okay, thank God. Why Jordan? I didn't even think why Jordan. But
I was like, okay, his name is Jordan. And then Monty said, like, I thought Jasper would like that. And I'm like, and I just like for a second, I'm like, why would Jasper like that?
Jasper,
and then, like,
Jordan.
In my mind, I was like, and then I said. Jasper Jordan!
No, yeah, it was when he said Jasper, and then it really hit. It was like, oh god!
When I saw him, I called him Lucas.
Yeah,
I was like Lucas.
Well, you know what's actually
that was
really
literally a cover-up name.
Is like they really went out of their way to make sure that none of us knew that this was going to be Marper's child. And did we not all guess this last live chat that it was going to be Marper's kid? Did we not?
I mean, we all guessed the whole ending.
We guessed the entire ending.
Yeah.
how do we do that for season 6 now?
Yeah, I know.
Let's do it now. No, I think that was like a great, really, really great story. Like if I didn't know before that was like their child, like I'm sad that I knew actually, because like that moment I would have been on the floor.
Yeah,
Like I
know.
I would have been shocked to my core.
Yeah.
Like I would never have cried. Like this was, I don't think we cried a lot. It was not pretty.
not really.
I feel like if we didn't know, I feel like I wouldn't have cried because I out of shock, I couldn't have moved probably.
Yeah.
But this way we kind of expected it, so just like we were like
Waiting for
really
that
crying.
yeah, exactly.
And it, like, I mean, it destroyed. Like, I don't know why the 4 of us even thought about putting mascaras. Like, I don't know what we were thinking.
I don't know what we were all thinking. We knew it was going to be heartbreaking.
My eyes were burning. So
like,
bad.
I
can't keep my eyes open because it's burning.
I'm like, I can't see.
I didn't see end book 1 because like I couldn't see anything. And
I didn't see it either. Like, and it's funny because like the 4 of us, well, because we've cried like frequently this season, but I think that even though we knew where we were going, like we had this prediction plan, we were destroyed. The 4 of us were a mess. Like I can't even imagine if we didn't know what was going to happen because we were so distraught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the like when we were editing that, I was just like, what are we doing? We were concerned for ourselves watching what we went through during those moments.
I said like, I don't know how we're gonna post this.
I
have no idea how we're gonna post this.
We lost it. Like I don't think
like we have to post.
I don't think we ever cried that bad on our channel.
Literally.
Like we cried a lot.
That bad on our channel either. No, it was. And it went on after, like we cut it, but like this was huge.
There aren't many times in my life when I cried like that.
Yeah, like for a death like this, like this was bad. Like this was, to me, this was so powerful that it was worse than like, I don't want to say it was. Like,
I mean, this was a different death though than we're used to on the 100.
Like it wasn't
a very
like
beautiful death because like we're used to getting like violent and gruesome deaths on the 100 because of the world that we live in. But this, like, they got to live their life, so it was like
exactly,
just beautiful.
You saw their life in like 5 minutes, and we've been with them from the start, and just like to see how they lived, like when Harper was pregnant, see them as like when they were older. Just like, I mean, the impact of that was ridiculous.
Exactly, and that we wanted so bad something like that for them, like that kind of ending. We just didn't want them to die and not have that much of like influence,
not have peace, and not
exactly. So I couldn't, even if I wanted to, I couldn't ask for better. And that scene, the last scene, like last 10 minutes, is probably my favorite scene of the entire show. Honestly, I've never been
us too
that much like affected with any other scene. So
yeah, definitely. That scene was, I think, the best. That was the best of the 100 right there. Like that was incredible. And just
the thing is,
somebody that we loved for so long have a beautiful life.
I can't imagine him not being on the show, like him and Harper. It's gonna be so sad not to have them.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I remember like it took us a while to stop crying after the episode, and then we filmed like our first attempt at the review. It was just the 2 of us trying not to cry. Every time we opened our mouth.
Every time we open the mouth,
we say a sentence about Monty, and then we have to pick ourselves back up to like talk about it more. And then
we had to wait so long.
We waited like, I think like 7-8 hours to film our review.
Yeah, like the episode airs at 8 and it finished at 9. We were filming our review at like 4:30 in the morning. Like it was
the next day.
We
filmed it the next day.
We had a review before that, like it lasted for 2 hours, literally. And Lola started editing it, and she was like, "We can't post this. We have to refilm it. I can't edit this." Literally, there was one sentence that us trying to like calm ourselves down, like stop crying or anything,
and then the next sentence from crying, so we were just like talking like this. Because like we couldn't do anything. I'm like, I can't listen to us for 2 hours.
Literally.
Let's do something, please. I mean, that whole thing was emotional. Like,
and like when we were looking through the footage and stuff of us like sobbing.
We didn't even say goodbye to our reaction. Like we didn't even say goodbye in our reaction video until like 7 hours later.
We were like so devastated, and like we like sat there in like silence and like just cried. And I feel like when we were editing it and when we were looking through the footage, we were like, oh my god, like did everybody sob the way that we did? And we were like, well, Melania definitely did.
Yeah, we were like, you guys, we're like watching ourselves.
We're like, oh my god, like we've never looked this awful in a video.
I was like looking at myself, I was like, what sounds am I making? Like how did my voice deform that way? I don't even know. Like I don't even know what that anything there was. Like they said his name Jordan Jasper. Like we screamed. Like we just like I don't know what we're doing. And then the phone started ringing during one point, and I'm just like,
oh my god, when the phone rang, you're like, are you kidding?
You're like, who's calling?
You're like, unplug it.
Unplug it from the wall, and I picked it up and like put it back down. I don't even know who's calling. I just.
Like, and then one point, Lola, you wanted to pause it.
You're like, I can't.
I was like, we have to pause it for the message because my heart is gonna give out. And like she was like, no. I
have to watch this.
I was like, look, I'm gonna die. I understand that you have to watch it, but I'm gonna die if I play it now. You have to give me a second to like prepare. It was bad.
And like. What's funny is we've all, we've been doing these videos for a long time, and like we've never been this much of a mess before. And we knew that this was going to be heartbreaking because everybody warned us. Everybody was like, wow, like, this was really emotional. It was really heartbreaking and stuff. But like, I feel like we all just kind of took that with like a grain of salt. We're like, yeah, like I'm sure we'll cry. No, we like sobbed our way through the ending of that season. Like it was just the impact of it, and it was just so beautiful to see Monty live such an incredible life like that. And it's
what they deserve.
It is exactly what he deserved because he was not meant for this world anymore. And we've talked about this a lot in our lives.
We're like,
we've always talked about this. Yeah. He's done. He doesn't want to be in a war anymore. He just wants to settle down. And that's why Jordan says, like, he always talked about the time on the rig, because when he was there, he had his friends and he was peaceful.
Yeah.
And I just think that it's just really beautiful that they got to have a moment where we really got to see a life with them.
Because that's very rare on the show when we get moments like that.
Yeah. Oh my God, and forget about it. When they said, like, your mother died today. When they said Harper died, oh my God. And I was like,
no. And then I feel like that pause when he's about to turn it off and she's like, wait. And that pause. And it's just like you feel it. And then she says, take care of our boy. It's just.
It was a lot. And I still get so emotional about it.
Yeah. No, like that, like it broke it completely. Like I knew it, like when he said a line, I knew it was coming. Like a whole, like I don't even know where I cried the most, like which part. I was just like sobbing throughout the entire thing.
The thing is, every time I watch someone's death, I don't cry. I'm just angry. That's like 90% of that we watched on our channel. I'm angry. I don't cry. But this is so fucking heartbreaking. It wasn't, and at the same time, it was beautiful. Like. Because it was beautiful, kind of that I couldn't imagine that they lived there exactly. It was so beautiful, but at the same time so fucking heartbreaking that literally I don't remember when was the last time I cried that much.
But also just like I mean the legacy they leave, like they gave Monty especially, he gave humanity another chance to do better. Like he gave them a different planet. He like saved them all, and like he's just like do better, be better.
Exactly, that's influence with Jasper, that and with Jasper kind of thinking like that,
because you have to prove Jasper wrong, like that there's something under the tunnel.
That's why That's why we were so scared that he's gonna die, because we had no idea that they were gonna do the 100-year science jump, and we were so scared he was gonna die. And like there was nothing like for
the dress will be right.
Exactly,
like,
dress will be right. There is no point. Like he's gonna die in a war. And I didn't want something like that for Monty, honestly, because
Monty he got to live a full life. And he even tells Bellamy and Clark, like, I hope that your lives are just as happy as mine was. Like, I feel like he tells them, like, I had a happy life. Like, it's okay. Because, like, just to think that, like, yes, Monty got to live, like, a beautiful life. But I got so sad when you think, like, Monty died an old man alone.
What really?
Like,
yeah, but he had a good life.
He had a good life.
What really got me was when he said, he was like, I'm tempted to put myself in cryo to see it without Harper.
Oh, without Harper.
And he's like, anyway, and it was like,
oh God, it was just
that really got me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like tearing up just thinking about it.
It's hard. It was just, it's such a hard death, this one, and
because he's been there since the beginning.
He's been there since the beginning, and I always think of like Monty being there with Bellamy and Clark, like in Mount Weather. Monty being he was just.
We said 1,000 times. They were heart of the 100 of the delinquents, like Monty, Harper, Jasper, Miller, like because they were in Mount Weather. I don't know why they were heart of the 100, but like I don't know.
We always. Because we care so much about the delinquents, like they were always like the heart and soul, and like Clark and Bellamy were like the mom and dad, but like those four, especially in our mind, just stood up to like they're what the delinquents are. I don't know, and that's why just like I can't like Harper and Monty. I mean, especially Monty, who has been such a like an integral part, and also who has always been like the one person who you can say never really walked in the gray. Like he was always good.
Yeah.
Like he was always like even the things he did, because like he is the one that like gave Clark and Bellamy the opportunity to like kill all the people in Mount Weather and everything. But like he was never like on their level, and they really walked on the gray. But he didn't. And he is just like, I don't know. Like his character was so well written, and it was.
It's just like, and like the moment when Jordan comes in and he introduces himself, I'm Monty and Harper's son, and Bellamy is just like, they didn't go to sleep. Like, oh my God, like it was so out there because like they didn't like they planned it the whole season. Like you could tell like this is where Monty's story was going, but I feel like it was just so unexpected. Like they didn't give Monty like a final scene with Clark or with Bellamy or with Raven. Like it was just subtle. Like it just happened, and you had that last moment when he was talking with all of them about going into cryo. Like, but it was with all of them. Like all of our delinquents were together, and it was just really, really nice to have like that final moment, even though like we didn't get a last scene of Bellamy with Monty, because that's a friendship we really got to explore this season, and we didn't get that. But we got
Bellamy listening to him.
We got Bellamy listening to him. Like he specifically says like, hey Bellamy, hey Clark. Like it's just really beautiful that like the last scene was with Monty with our group.
And especially when he goes, may we meet again.
Oh,
and
God.
Bellamy and Clark say it like at the same time.
When it was a lot. It was a lot when they said
the line "Be the good guys" is maybe the line. Be the guy is maybe the line that hit us the hardest, and after that it goes.
And just like to ruin me more, he finishes with "Maybe Meet Again," and like I don't know how my heart didn't just like give up at that point.
I will never know.
But like that hit me the hardest. Like, be the good guys, maybe meet again.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Especially this season, after the entire season, when
the entire show, where like the whole point of the first 5 seasons, 4, whatever, were like there are no good guys. Like that was
and you literally accept that, like that's such a good point of the entire show. Like maybe there are really no good guys, because you do a pretty bad stuff for like a good reason, and you do it to save your people, but at the same time, like Monty said, be the good guys. Maybe you can find a way to do better. You don't have to do the things you always done.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just love that he gave them a fresh start, and he gave them hope.
Literally.
He gave them
literally
at the end of a war. Yeah. Like I think
it's just
so beautiful, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the acting in that scene too. Like
Yeah, because what's crazy is
beautiful.
Bob and Eliza were looking at a green screen. Like
Literally, that's what we talked. How do you act?
How do you
that?
make those faces looking at nothing?
It's really, it's really so emotional, so amazing, so powerful, and they are looking at a green screen.
Well, I mean, if they had Monty's message playing in the background, I would have cried looking at anything. I would have.
They did. I think I think Chelsea and Chris were on set reading it to them, weren't they?
Oh my God, were they?
I'm pretty sure that they were on set with them, and they like read it to help them like act it out. Yeah.
Oh, that easily I could cry looking at nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like I would be a goner.
It was really amazing.
It was so emotional.
I mean, we all said, we were like, what if Monty's algae is gonna regrow the earth? That was like our whole thing about Monty dying. But I think instead he literally gave them a new planet.
To a planet.
Gave them all life, literally.
I knew, like a new start. He literally gave them a new start.
And I feel like this show is gonna, the new season is gonna be really different from the previous ones, because I don't think we will do bad stuff for good reasons anymore. I think we'll, at least not Bellamy and Clark.
Justify it.
Yeah, I think Bellamy and Clark are gonna really try to do only good stuff
in the memory of Monty and Harper.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely think that Monty and Harper's legacy is going to live on, because that their last wish was really for Bellamy and Clark to lead their people and do good and have a happy life. And I think it's that really great motivation. And I just love when Bellamy pulls Clark in, because it's just like this moment of like the two of us, like we're together here, you know? And it's just really, really nice that they got to really share that moment of like, we're both going through this. We're both seeing such an emotional message and seeing a new world together. And I just love the parallel shots from like 14.
Yeah.
This is great.
I mean, literally, that shot can revive him from the dead.
There is a whole empty space next to Bellamy when he is looking on the burned down planet,
at
like
413.
Destroyed planet at 413, and then like
now they're just like in the middle of the shot.
In the middle of the show, both of them had looking at the whole new life planet, like with so much hope. This is the first time that I actually feel hope for them, actually. Not for Bella, for the show going good.
Yeah, definitely. Like I feel like this fresh start is exactly what we wanted. We wanted this, but we thought we were gonna get it in season 5. But I really believe that we're getting it going into season 6, because it was such a hopeful ending with the two of them like being on the same side again, and like they bonded over that emotional.
It's gonna be interesting to try to see our guys trying to be the good guys. Like
that's gonna be interesting. Really interesting.
That depends what's gonna happen when we get to the planet.
I want to like in season 6, like there's we got a picture of the board like for like episodes titles, and for episode 11, there's the like characters talk about their feelings.
Yeah, I remember that.
The characters aren't like.
And I think aren't we getting 2 bottle episodes?
Characters talk about their feelings and then have sex, and that's not the lark.
There's going to be a scene, like, because I think Jason said right now, he's like, yeah, like right now we're working on like an episode where like people talk about their feelings and have sex. I'm thinking it's going to be Murphy and Amori, maybe.
Yeah. Or Raven and Shaw.
Or Bellamy and Echo.
Maybe Raven and Shaw.
I don't even want to hope that it's Bellamy and Clark. I just want to hope
going there.
I just want to hope it's not. Yeah.
If it's Bellamy and Clark, wonderful. But as long as it's not the other one.
I thought it was 2 different episodes. I thought like now like there's an episode again where they're talking about the feelings, but like episode 11 is a different.
No, I think it's.
Come on, episode 11 is the perfect time, like at the end of the season, where Bellamy and Clark can address something. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Why am I even hoping? I'll shut up.
I'm hoping it is, because it's like characters have sex, and then there's also characters talk about their feelings. So I'm hoping maybe when we get like sex scene between like Murphy and Amori or Raven and Shaw, we'll have Bellamy and Clark talking about their feelings. We can be hopeful.
Are we really hoping that that's gonna happen in episode 11 that we're gonna watch in about a year?
Doesn't seem realistic.
Doesn't seem anything.
They destroyed me. They destroyed me. I can't even.
I want to know where that picture is.
I know. I have to find. I'm gonna try to see if I can find that picture. I don't know if I saved it on my phone. Like
probably did.
It's
so
the board.
funny. Jacqueline's phone is literally just like pictures.
Oh, mine.
Like all pages.
I recently changed my phone, so like I don't have as much pictures that I did, but like every picture in the gallery was just like something related to the 100. It was embarrassing.
Oh, 100.
I don't think you're gonna be able to find that.
I don't have my picture on it. Like I don't have a picture of it. I have pictures of every single shot of Bellamy and Clark ever made.
Right? I have more pictures of them on my phone than myself.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, like I have pictures mostly from like my phone is basically. Right now, it's just like all the 100, and then there's like some things like on Twitter, and then there's like shots that we've taken from like our videos to like make thumbnails, but like that's basically it.
Yeah, literally something
like same.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
If anybody that's watching can find it, can you send?
Yeah,
it to
anybody
us?
watching, if you guys can find like the writers' room where like there's a so. If you guys know Selena, she went to the writer's room and there's a picture of her next to the board. And on the board, you could kind of get like little hints as to like an outline of what they were doing. So we're trying to find that picture. If you guys could find that, tweet it to us.
I guess like I remember that picture because then someone tweeted it to us a couple of days ago.
You did?
Yeah, but like now if you go through mentions because of the today, I'm not going to be able to find this thing. I mean, it's going to be a while.
Huh, I might ask.
That's still today. Still today. Never gonna find it. What do you guys think is gonna be on the other planet?
What does two suns mean? Like, because we specifically know there's two suns.
There's two suns.
Gonna be really
it's gonna be hot. I feel like it's gonna be like a desert-looking planet if there's two suns.
No,
I just thought it was gonna be more like green.
Yeah, I was like more photosynthesis.
Because maybe more green because the sun helps it grow. Is that why?
I don't know how to say photos.
Well, I think it's supposed to look more. It's supposed to look similar to Earth.
I would love it. I would honestly love it if the people we find there are far more like
advanced and
more like in technology, and
like completely opposite of the ground. There's a thing
exactly. I would love that so much.
Yes, Lord Granger, like you're watching. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have the picture.
Okay.
I'll send it to you guys too because it's like blurry too.
I know there are like 2 episodes, like bottled episodes, like both in a row. Which I end up really
bottled episodes. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna text it to you guys so that way you have it too. You can look at it. 'Cause it's blurry, some of it.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to decipher this.
See, they wrote.
What is VFX budget? What is
that
VFX?
Sci-fi stuff.
Probably sci-fi stuff.
VFX.
Yeah. VFX. Something about sci-fi. Stunt sequences. Where the fuck sauce? Are they gonna fight in the second? When are they gonna even go to the planet?
So like the stunt sequences. Obviously, if we're doing stunts, they're on the planet already. So we're gonna obviously enter the planet pretty early. Okay?
Yeah.
What about 7 Days Part 1?
What about 7 Days Part 2? Like, it's all gonna be
visual effects.
Visual effects?
Yeah,
visual effects. Yeah, makes sense. Visual effects. Does 7 days mean like this is all taking place in 7 days because I'm gonna hate that? Can we just like prolong that?
What's weird about it is it says 7 Days Part 1, and then 6 and 7 are bottle episodes, and then episode 8 is 7 Days Part 2.
Yeah, no, that means I don't.
Yeah.
But they on Selena's photo they wipe. I think it's just because like maybe they touched it too much, but they wiped down the 7 days in bottle episode. I don't know.
I mean, I loved 311. That bottle episode was amazing. Like, and just to have a bunch of characters stuck in the same place. Like, I love bottle episodes.
610 is called like a calm before the storm.
Great. And episode 11, my favorite episode, if it has something. Characters just talk about, just sitting around plus talking about their feelings. That is all I want.
I wouldn't.
That is all I want.
That's all we want.
It's not till 11.
So that is probably the episode I would say that Jason said that they were working on right now, where it's like a bunch of feelings.
Did you tweet the photo out? People are asking for it.
Oh, you guys are asking for the picture too? Can you tweet it out? Okay, I'll retweet it.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys can go look at it too, but I feel as though this is probably what's going to happen. With 7 Days Part 1 and 7 Days Part 2, in between we have a bottle episode of Part 1 and Part 2. I'm thinking that we're going to have a split between characters where we're going to follow certain characters going through like this 7-day journey or something, and it's going to end in a cliffhanger. Then we're going to have these 2 bottle episodes of our other group.
Yeah, the other group. It's going to be like 2 episodes of them, and then we're going to go back.
2 episodes of them, and then it's going to be back to the other group for the 7 Days Part 2.
I love how we're making assumptions about season 6 and that it hasn't even begun filming. Like, let's crack how it ends. Let's crack how it ends.
Imagine if we do.
No, but you know what I read? I'm gonna read the book. What was it called? The book.
Sparrow.
Yeah. Did you read the description for that?
Like The Last Man on Earth.
Isn't it The Last Man on Earth? But is there aliens in it too?
No, I read the description for it, and I'm gonna read it to you now.
Okay.
It sounds interesting. Wait, give me a second. I find it ridiculous that it takes place in 2019. So it says in 2019, humanity finally finds proof of extraterrestrial life when listening posts in Puerto Rico picks up signals from a planet that will come to be known as some name. I can't pronounce this. While United Nations diplomats endlessly debate a possible first contact mission, the Society of Jesus quietly organizes an 8-person scientific expedition of its own. What the Jesuits find is a world so beyond comprehension that it will lead them to question what it means to be human.
Well, to question what it means to be human could also really relate to Monty's last wish for them to be the good guys.
Yeah, I mean, I find it really interesting. Like when they find the planets, like that it said it's so beyond comprehension. That like
it sounds really good. That book actually sounds pretty good.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
So, but I don't know why people say it's The Last Man on Earth. I don't know how it correlates with the description
I don't know why everybody told us that it was The Last Man on Earth.
5 guys in space crew, Clark and Maddie and Octavia.
Where's Miller in that?
Nowhere.
I don't want that.
Then they're gonna leave Octavia behind and bring Miller with them.
We can leave the 12-year-old behind and bring Miller. No. I mentioned this. I'm gonna die if they go to the planet and Legis 3 is there, and Legis 3 is like, they're all just like, progressed and everything, and we come along and we're just like, here's our leader, and a 12-year-old comes out.
Yeah,
Come on.
how are we gonna explain like grounder religion, like why we're following this child?
I want them to try and explain that. Please give me.
She has this piece of plastic in her head with a bunch of voices telling her what to do.
And it's fucking hilarious that there is literally now there in the new planet in Legis 3, they're all Nightblood.
They're all Nightblood. So
what are they gonna do about that?
They're gonna tell them, well, every Nightblood, every person has like black blood. We put them to fight to death, and whoever wins is our leader.
And they're gonna be like, are we all
that sounds reasonable.
Do we have to make our guys Nightbloods?
What?
Do we have to make our guys Nightbloods to go down to the planet?
Why?
Because
maybe.
What if the way to survive?
How are we gonna know that?
Well, I'm sure there's gonna be like some radio. We can see like the radiation on the planet. Like there's like maybe.
There's no way.
it's not gonna. They're not complicated. They're not gonna complicate that much. Like there's
That
gonna be
would be
something
such
that can
an
read the radiation of the planet or something. I don't know.
I feel like if we have to make everybody nightblood, it's gonna take so much time, and like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely there's definitely gonna be aliens. I'm pretty sure. But what's weird is like, you know, like how like in our world, like in our planet Earth, we're always like about aliens and stuff. Like people coming from another planet coming to our planet, right? So like, what if they go down and it's like a normal society, kind of like a similar to like modern day Earth, like it's just like normal, right? And these guys come and it's like, oh my God, these guys are the aliens. Like our guys are like
they're the ones who are going to be the invaders.
They're the invaders, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be incredibly interesting if you ask me. I feel like that world, I would love it if it's like more progressed than our world, because like I don't know what the plot is if the world is like our world. Maybe because I just think our world is boring. So I don't know.
I think like it would be really cool to have like the technologically advanced world or something.
I would.
I just don't know like if that would take a lot of the budget. So I don't know if we can like if the CW can do that. But I think that would be awesome.
But there doesn't have to be car flying, literally.
I want the cars flying.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be like that. It can just be.
I want to have the flying rover. I want Bellamy to like ride the flying rover.
The flying rover.
On the rover's death. That's the beast rover. The saddest death of the 100.
We have to have something. We have to have something equivalent. Like we have to have some kind of like, I don't know. Like how are they gonna get around?
Can we have like a really like?
How are they gonna drive around the planet?
Well, it depends.
I feel like the planet is more progressed, honestly.
Yeah, so I feel like
I think they'll have cars to spare.
Yeah, I don't know. And like to be going to a new planet, it's kind of what's really cool and exciting about this is it's like a reset of season 1. Like season 1, we came down to the ground and but now we all know each other really well, which is really fun and exciting for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know, I'm really excited about the idea of a new planet and what it's gonna look like. Like I want like a city. Like I would love a city and like buildings and stuff.
I can't wait to see Bellamy
and like
Clark.
streets.
I can't wait to see them walk off that ship together.
Yeah, I mean that would be great. Knowing our luck, they give us Bellamy and Echo walking out together. Maybe
no, because they're not gonna wake her up.
Bellamy and Clark are awake.
I honestly feel like
I think that logically they shouldn't wake up like anybody else because
I think they need to talk about what they're going to do.
What if they can't stay there? You know, like
what if they need at the least they need to wake up Raven and Shaw because we can't go down. At least we have to wake them.
But I feel like we have to wake more people.
But they're gonna wake up. They're gonna let space crew up to come up with this plan.
Like leave all of Maddie's people.
Yeah. That's definitely.
They're gonna wake up our guys and they're gonna leave like Maddie's like.
How much you want to bet what they're gonna do is they're gonna wake up our guys. They're gonna wake up all the series regulars.
Yeah. They're gonna wake up like Octavia.
They're gonna wake up all. I mean, just like space crew and Shaw
and someone like warriors to go to the planet.
They'll wake up Octavia. They'll wake up Indra.
To the new planet.
Yeah.
They'll wake up Indra. I would say they'll wake up maybe Gaia, because if they're waking up Maddie, then they're gonna wake up Gaia to like as a flame keeper.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna definitely wake at least like 30-40 people in my mind.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think that they'll probably keep majority because there's over like 400 of us. They'll keep most of them sleeping, but I guess we have to go before they'll wake them up.
Yeah, just like Allegiance people, like when they came, they woke up. 23 of them came down, and they had 300 more of them up. Yeah. So they just from the beginning they wanted to see if the Earth is survivable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's gonna be us in the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like though to do this, they're gonna have to like we can't just go onto a new planet. Okay, there's new people. They're like the Grounders again, and then we're gonna have a repeat of season 1. It has to be something different that we haven't seen. Like in season 5, we have a reversal of it. Like the Allegiance people coming down, and it's like, okay, these guys are the leaders now, and we're the Grounders. So
And
I
then we're
feel
going to a
like
new planet,
we're
but, like,
going to a new planet.
It
So
has to be different than just like this. Yeah, it has to be different than just this planet with like people
who were bad, and then we're gonna go to war with them. And
That's actually gonna be because it said in book 1.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're gonna just like switch everything on us.
Yeah, I agree.
And I just think, that season can be so good.
Yeah, it can.
If they realize that with good plot, they need to give
a good character.
They need to give attention, a lot of attention to characters and the relationships they have with each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Otherwise, like there's no, like the plot can be good and it can be interesting, but there's no like emotional substance to any of that. So like there's no point to that.
Someone just mentioned, what about Kane? I don't know. I think that
I think he's gonna survive.
I think he's gonna survive. We know that Ian is gonna be in it. They did. Henry Ian said he's gonna be in it, but I think that
maybe he'll die like within the first like.
The thing about Kane, what's interesting about Kane is why we would wake him up is because he's really good at like delegating. Like he's really good with making conversations with people. Like look at what he did with Diyoza. Like he is good with talking.
Yeah, but I feel like nothing's changed with going to cryosleep. They're just keeping him alive with cryosleep. Nothing's changed.
I think they need to find. Like,
yeah, I feel like they need to find like down or
a way for him to like survive. Like
exactly.
They need to find.
They don't have medicine. They don't have anything to operate on him. They need to operate on him. Like Abby needs to operate.
Okay, so now to do that, you guys think maybe
they're gonna have to find medicine. They're gonna
the cure is probably going to be on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they first have to make some contact already on the planet, so they would save him and woke him up. I feel like he would. I mean, nothing's changed with going to cryosleep with him.
Yeah, definitely. He's just sitting there. I think I don't know. I feel like they might kill him, but I feel like now they probably won't. I don't know.
I feel like if they were,
I don't know. I actually don't. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I think it can go really both ways. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I just like wanted to say like, aren't the people from the new planet, like, aren't they gonna like see if there's like such a thing as like maybe NASA like in their universe? I think they're just gonna see that there's a big fucking ship up there. Yeah. And aren't they gonna like intercept it before it lands? Is something gonna happen with that? I feel like they're gonna know that our guys are coming, but I feel like they're gonna let them come. Why would you?
Oh, hold on. Somebody
said, my God.
Ajika Maddox just tweeted the both of us and said, I think this is why Jason told Bob to read the book The Sparrow. The description of the book and this overlap. Okay, hold on. It says, the last shot has a card saying end of book 1. We've never seen anything like that before. What did you mean by that? And Jason said, it also could have said end of planet 1. We have the opportunity to create a new world, literally in this case, and it's a binary star system. So we're going to play with that. That means in an interesting way. There's definitely life on that planet. We could see that from space in the finale. Battlestar Galactica is a huge influence of mine, and so is Interstellar. And I was really influenced by the movie Annihilation, which I thought was great. It's inspiring us. The idea Annihilation, which I thought was great. It's inspiring us. The idea is we can really do anything because life takes endless forms and environmental threats can come from anywhere. Some of it is beautiful and some of it isn't, just like on our planet.
I'm sorry, you said Battlestar Galactica.
Planet. I can't tell you that's a spoiler for next season, but we're going in search of Allegia's 3.
If it's influenced with Battlestar Galactica, this season is gonna be the best one.
Because like they said this from season 1. Like, I don't. You didn't watch Battlestar Galactica?
No.
But like
after now though.
It's my favorite show in the world.
For
like,
me,
you don't know.
No, for me, it's Sense8 also there. But Battlestar Galactica is so special show, and it truly can be like connected with the 100 in some ways.
In some ways, like when you watch it, it's very similar, like mostly to season 1, I think, of the 100.
Yeah.
Half of the actors are on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but it is so good.
We need to watch that. We really need to watch that. I wanted to watch it because I've heard of it.
And my favorite ship in the world after Belek is in there as well.
Yeah, our favorite ship.
Our favorite ship in the world. Is that like?
You have to watch that.
There's 4 seasons. There's 4 seasons.
And those 4 seasons all are amazing and perfect. You have to watch it.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll watch it.
We have to definitely watch it now.
Yeah, I really want to know that it's gonna be. Yeah.
Oh, the ship there. The ship
The
there.
ship there, literally.
Let me just tell you, the ship there. I cannot. Like, I'm not even gonna talk. But if it's influenced by it's like anything, by like Battlestar Galactica or something, I'm gonna love it. Like that's it. That's it. I'm gonna love it. But I can see a way that it would be influenced by Battlestar Galactica. Actually, like I
agree.
can see. I like the interstellar power. Like that was literally interstellar with the talks with Monty. Like the way that they showed that. It was ridiculous.
It's weird that you said though how there's gonna be didn't he say something about like the environment or something? Like I wonder if like is the threats
is the threat gonna be like natural cause like disasters and stuff?
I don't know what a binary star system does to a planet.
Yeah, I have an idea.
I don't know, Psycho. Like I really can't predict what the problems of the planet are. Like people are living there. Like we have people there, so you can live there, but maybe they're like adapted to that. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know, but it can be really interesting.
I think it's exciting to like. Can you imagine if there was like tornadoes or like hurricanes or something like crazy like that our guys had to go through? Because in one of the pictures, doesn't it say like a lot of rain or something? I'm trying to like let me go back to the picture. Doesn't it say something about rain?
Yeah, in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Rain does like a rain. Filming in the rain or something.
I don't. Where does it say that?
It said that in one of the pictures. It said something about rain. It said, "Oh yeah, all night rain work."
Oh.
Listen, can you imagine?
Don't.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know, like maybe like the binary star system has something to do with the environment.
They
like
really they really can't go anywhere, honestly.
I don't know, like maybe
I think you're gonna find it. I think they imagined it. Like,
what? You want to imagine that?
I know I can't imagine that right now, but I'm just saying.
Jacqueline's thinking of a Boulevard Kiss in the Rain right now. That's what she's thinking of.
I don't know. I mean, I wish.
That'd be wonderful, but
I want to cry just thinking about it. No, but like, or what if we get like
the fanfics are made of?
No, like what if we get like an argument or something in the rain? Like, because if they're gonna be like,
oh man, I'd love an argument in the rain.
Like rain work. So like I'm thinking like
love, you know.
Yeah,
I would just
talking is the first amazing start, but after that fight, arguments in the rain are something I would die for. Honestly. Yeah. I want arguments in the rain more than I want kiss in the rain. So
I want an argument in the rain. Can you imagine a giant storm, right? And we have to get into like shelter, but like Bellamy and Clark like start like arguing about like leaving people or something. Like kind of like a parallel to 513. Imagine something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to imagine it. Just like my head is not allowing me to. My heart wants. And my head doesn't stop.
Great dream.
don't I was literally like yesterday, I was like imagining a scene because I was thinking they need to bring back the radio calls somehow. Huh. And I was like, you wish. Like this is my heart, completely my heart talking until my head stopped. I was just like, what if something happens? Like, I don't like something is happening, I don't know, to Clark or whatever, and like Bellamy does something to protect her. I don't even know what happens. I don't imagine that far. But like, and she says something along the lines of like, so, well, like, why did you do that? And he's like, for the same reasons you called me for like 6 years. And I was just like, shut up. I know it's never gonna happen. We'll never get anything like that. But I would love to.
I just like, I have a lot of hopes going into season 6 in some ways.
That's like,
how does that feel?
I want to know how that feels.
Like I do, because I'm just excited to be on the same page for Bellamy and Clark. And the ending of season 5 was my favorite ending that we've ever gotten on the show. So I can't not be excited about where it's gonna go and what possibilities we have with that.
We have possibilities, yeah.
I'm very excited for season 6. I think
Yeah,
as
I'm
a
very
season,
excited.
I think it can be like really good.
The best one.
What they're gonna do with Bellamy and Clark, I just
I
am in
have
the
no
dark
idea.
with. I'm in the dark with. I'm excited to find out because, like, at the least, I think there should be just like a great season for that, like, partnership and that, like,
Yeah.
co-leadership to
that
reappear and to be
yeah.
like a big part. And I want it to be a
Exactly.
big
That's
part.
what I wanted in season 5 and never got it. So
Yeah.
I want that the most in season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, Jordan is way too old for Maddie. Maddie is like
Whoa.
Maddie's 12 years old.
No. People know. I actually, you know what I think would be even better is I saw people on Twitter were like, Jordan and Octavia would be a really interesting thing because, like, Jordan, you have Jordan who's like super naive and like innocent, and then you have Octavia who was hardened
I mean, that would
from
be
war and everything to like kind of revert back to like. I feel like that.
Yeah, we thought. We actually, even before we saw anything on Twitter, we talked about how their relationship could be interesting, but maybe not as romantic.
I don't think I can see it at all as romantic
because Jordan
interesting.
Exactly. Jordan is what she was like 7 years ago, and I don't know. I think
like she was living under the floor. He was living
yeah.
also alone, just with his parents.
But he is so naive.
They have a lot of similarities. For sure.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I would love to see them interact and have that interesting relationship, especially because Octavia's character and what she's been through these 7 years of hell, you know. So I feel like he could maybe help her remember who she actually was before all of that, when she was actually him 7 years ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
But
I
don't think Octavia needs a romantic relationship. I think she needs to
I don't even care if it's like romantic or not. I just think it could be a really interesting dynamic because I feel like Jordan is a mirror of who Octavia was in season 1. So I just like whatever they decide to do with it, I just feel like that is definitely something to look out for next season.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that like they really should explore that because I think it could be like a really just interesting parallel between the two characters. And I would love to see that that interaction. So I hope they do something.
Exactly, I agree.
Yeah, I think it will be really good, and I'm really excited to see Octavia rebuild herself as well because you see like Marie's acting is so good that you really see that snap from her last episode in 12 and how especially in this episode 2 we really see her revert back to being Octavia in some way, even though she is broken still from everything that she did, and you could tell it.
In some ways, Octavia doesn't know. Like, she needs to like figure herself out.
She needs to learn herself,
because she doesn't know. Like, Octavia's had a horrible life. She was like living in the floor, like the
majority
of her life. She was forced on the ground where they went to war. And she still like didn't even really know who she was, like where she fit in.
Yeah.
And then she spent 6 years in a bunker, like having to do terrible things to protect their people. So like she's been through hell, Octavia. So she's gonna be really broken, I think, in this season. But
I feel like she's a great story though, because she can be broken and rebuild stronger.
Exactly.
I just hope so that she's gonna be able to find herself again and to realize who she can be actually, because there's also different story when maybe she after everything she's done, she maybe won't be able to find herself again, and maybe she will die at the end of next season. But I don't want that tragic ending for her.
Mm-hmm.
I think she deserves exactly. I want her to have a season of peace a bit.
Well, I want for her next season. I don't want her to go back to. I don't want her to any part of role with leadership or anything. I just want her to focus on herself and like finding, like I said, finding who she was and who she is, and like working on that. You know, and
she's not going to be
rebuilding. Yeah, and rebuilding relationships she had before,
especially with Bellamy, of course.
Starting with Bellamy, of course, but also with the others from the 100. Like, I would love that also.
Yeah. What did you guys think about like the Blake moment? Like, where do you see the Blakes going next season?
I let us not talk about that.
I mean, I don't even know. Like that scene with the. A part of me will always love it. Like I know what Bellamy wanted to say. I know what like I understand that perfectly. I just think that the way that the writers decided to make him say that was, I don't know. I didn't like.
I don't exactly. I don't know why exactly they wanted to make that kind of like sentence and what he wanted to say it in that way.
Like, I think he should have told what he did. Like, just like, of course he loves her, but he wants that part of her dead. Like,
yeah,
just like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Completely different than part of me will always love you because you're my sister. That just doesn't sound like something he would say. But
yeah, it was a bit harsh.
But that's like Blake's.
I
They
think
do it all the time.
Yeah.
They from the episode, I feel like maybe 6 or 7 or something like that. They've been saying horrible things to each other. I mean, remember the entire season 4 of Octavia saying shit to Bellamy and literally telling him.
So we're used to this by now.
So yeah, them hurting each other is
that's normal at this point. That's like their normal.
We've been used to seeing like Bellamy always trying to work to try to get on Octavia's like good side and like trying to get her to like, you know, forgive him like in the past. So I think in season 6 we're gonna get Octavia really trying to get on Bellamy's good side and get back that relationship that they had a while ago.
I think it's obvious that when she said, you know, tell me you love me, like you're gonna make me wait to hear you say it, and when she really pushed him to say that he does love her, like, but I think that the way that he said it was definitely like strange, but you know where they were going with it. Like basically he wants blood in it.
Yeah, but I feel like Octavia already started in this season trying to kind of, after everything, trying to rebuild the relationship with the sentence like this is how it's meant to be, you and me fighting on the same side or something like that. Trying to make up with Bellamy and to rebuild their relationship. But I don't think that's gonna happen until he finally finds out about what actually happened in the bunker and what she's been through. Actually, like, completely understand her, and when he understands her, I feel like that's the moment when the relationship is gonna maybe.
Again, they need to talk. They need to talk. Our character needs to talk. Communication.
If they talked, we wouldn't have any problems.
Yeah,
exactly.
The season would be an episode. So I mean.
Yeah, I'm hopeful for the Blakes because I miss their dynamic, and I feel like they really this season and basically season 4 and season 5 was awful for the Blakes. So I really think that those two, like, I would love to see them come together at some point this season.
Literally last night, I've been making Octavia video and I've been watching Blake's scenes because I've come to the part where they're happy and like she remembers happy when they're like good and hugs and everything, and I've been crying like 3 hours straight.
I woke up and like I saw messages from her like 2 a.m.
Really, 2 and 3 a.m.
Her face crying.
I've been so
hard. Laughing.
There was a scene when he said something like but you always fit in with me or something like that.
301.
Yeah, 303. And I
303.
Yeah, 303, and I bawled my eyes out, honestly.
Yeah, I think I missed that a lot, and I just
want that
back for sure. And I think we're gonna get that.
I think we will, because I think Octavia is gonna be trying to like
redeem herself.
Totally. And I think Bellamy's gonna realize that and see her trying, which is something that Octavia really hasn't done with Bellamy, is to try to like fix that relationship between the two of them. So I think that I think it's definitely gonna get there. I think it's gonna take a while though.
It's gonna take some time, but I think it's gonna be good. I think looking back though, this season, Octavia was my favorite this season. Out of all the characters, her story that like this entire season was so brutal and devastating and frustrating, and then triumphant in a saddened way at the end, with her eventually like bending the knee towards Maddie and letting her take control. And I just think her story, this was an Octavia season, I would say.
It was, yeah.
I mean, I agree. I think her story was my favorite this season, especially because because it's been like 6 years, so like everything was like a bit strange. Like you couldn't really, you couldn't really connect with Octavia. Like it felt different. Like it felt, I don't know. It felt like I didn't necessarily skip the 6 years with her. Like everything was even if she changed a lot and became blood rain. I don't know. It felt like Octavia from seasons 1 through 4. Like when she was Octavia, it felt very like natural to me. And everything they told just made sense. And it was the most heartbreaking thing. That storyline.
Yeah, I think if you look at where Octavia was from season 1 to now, and if you really think about where she went, like what she had to do to survive, and her being under the floor because her people didn't want her alive, like it's a heartbreaking story. And I think it's a beautiful story because to see her come out stronger next season because of everything that she went through and be the best version of herself will be really good, and have her fix herself emotionally. That's why I do really hope that they give us like a dynamic between Jordan and her, just because I feel like that's somebody that like is so innocent in everything. Like we kind of have that relationship a little bit with Maddie this season, but I think that somebody more like Jordan is really more interesting because he's like her age, and he's so carefree because he's Monty and Harper's son. He's really young. He's young, and he's never been in war.
Off that ship at all.
He's never seen the world.
He's never seen people besides his
that's
parents.
where Octavia was in the premiere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like someone like exactly like him can remind her who she was before all this hell she went through.
I'm feeling deja vu. We said this like exact thing, I think, about Maddie. Like
we actually did. Yeah, we all thought that Maddie was gonna get through to Octavia.
Like line by line, I think we said this about Maddie. But I think like with Jordan, it will be more similar. But
in my opinion, it can be the same with Maddie because she didn't survive like what she survived in season 5, and she didn't at the end of season 4. She wasn't not nearly where she is now. So right now, at the end of season 4, she didn't need Maddie. At the end of season 5, she truly needs someone to remind her. Except, I mean, I always thought it's gonna be Bellamy, but maybe she's not. Exactly, maybe she's gonna have this kind of dynamic that it's gonna remind her who she was before she met all of them, and before she did all the things she did. So it's either gonna be Bellamy or it's either gonna be Jordan.
Maybe someone from Allegiance 3.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Like, I feel like have Jason said that we're getting new characters next season? I know, like every year we have to, but
we have to because there has to be people.
But like I wonder, are they gonna be like?
Well, we're gonna get
good guys, or are they gonna be more? Like it would be really cool.
That's what they're looking for.
If it's Allegiance 3, then they're all Nightbloods. So you have to wonder how they're gonna really respond to our guys, and how good they're gonna be. Like think about it. We got new characters this season, right? And we kept Diyoza and we kept Shaw, and we have a lot of Allegiance people on our ship, right? So are we gonna get more good guys from Allegiance 3, or is Allegiance 3 gonna be the bad guys?
I mean, I think it's again gonna be just like in the gray, and depends on what perspective you're looking from. Like maybe for us, they can be the bad guys, but for them, they're the good guys. Like
I think it's gonna be the same.
Yeah, like
I think it's gonna be the same, like just like every previous season before. I just think our approach is gonna be different because now we wanna be the good guys.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely like going to be about perspective, because that's one of the things that we've always talked that we love the show for, is that it's so gray and the bad guys are actually the good guys. But I think with Monty's last wish of like be the good guys, I think
that would just be better. Don't try to live the life that like is peaceful, and don't go to war about land.
So it's going to be really exciting to see them try to live like that.
Exactly, because they're not going to be able to, and they're going to struggle with trying to do that. So
yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think we're definitely going to get a lot more characters, especially, I mean, we changed so many writers, and we had to change them for a reason.
Yeah.
And
I really want
just-
Octavia and Clark. Like, I wonder how Clark is gonna like how that relationship is gonna be next season too, because of the whole Maddie thing. Like, that's another relationship that we need to see, like, where we stand with that, because obviously it's good.
Octavia and Clark is actually one of my favorite relationships.
I will literally give my soul if they explore Octavia.
I want that so bad for them to have that friendship, because they haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
like,
slogan going into next season. We want
Like,
Clark to have
we just
friends.
want all the relationships to be set.
literally, I just don't want Clark to be isolated.
I just want season 6 not to give us any more Kane and the Yoza scene, if that's possible. If I have one more Kane and the Yoza scene, I'm killing myself. I can't watch
Yoza had
I'm
Bellamy and Clark 5 seasons.
Literally, I can't believe. And they were all, I don't know if it's boring, but they were all the same. Every single scene was the same.
True.
Yeah, it was. It was the same conversation. Like,
literally over and over again. Literally.
Abby had the same conversation in like 4 different ways this season.
Literally.
I don't know how many lines they can just like make up that say the same thing.
Absolutely the same thing. I can't listen to that
It was funny.
And the Yoza is such an interesting character. I can't believe she
the Yoza and Octavia.
The Yoza and Octavia, and also the Yoza and Clark. Those are two dynamics with the Yoza that I really want. Like those.
Oh my god, I love that scene. I love that scene in the episode with Octavia and Diyoza. I thought that was really cool with the 2 serpents, 1 garden. Like, I love that.
What's really interesting, because both of them, the entire show, literally the 12 episodes, both of them are the problem, and both of them were the
fighting against each other.
Exactly, we're the leaders, and both of them made their people fight against each other. And at the end, they weren't even invited to a meeting where they were deciding for the fate of the human race.
Yeah, it's so interesting. What do you think is gonna happen with Diyoza's baby next season? She has to have that. The baby on set.
How many years?
Diyoza's been pregnant for literally 200 years.
225 years. She's been pregnant. She said, "I'm pregnant for 100 years and 5 months," and she's like, now pregnant for 225 years.
Ooh, Sean said, remember when they said that the mining mission was really looking for different planets? What if there's another ship like Alicia's in hibernation? Ooh, that'd be really cool if there's like multiple, if there's like another ship. Like, imagine like our guys come down and then like another, like more people come down as well. So we have like a lot of people.
Maybe.
I think they're not that, because we did it like twice now. Then.
Yeah.
Because then we had Alicia's 4, and then if you go to Alicia's 3, then like that's another one. I don't think they're like end of season 6. Oh, here come more guys. I think that
here come more ships.
And I mean,
I would love something like a Star Wars type of thing, like, but we're not gonna get that, like actual like battling like in space before we go down. But we're not gonna get that. But that'd be really cool if we had something like that.
And Balsa connects to like our guys who are human, like the other guys are robots.
Yeah.
Look human. Like maybe Alicia's 3 is,
I would give my life for that. I would give my life for that.
Robots, that would be crazy.
Oh my God.
I mean, that would be insane.
But they're not completely. I mean, they are robots, but they're like Westworld.
Robots who got humanity.
Exactly.
What if they're like what if they're like the host? What if, like, if you imagine
exactly something like
that. Oh my God,
we're
going into Westworld.
Wait, what are we talking? You think that there's going to be hosts on the
No, because they were saying, like, what if it's robots? So I'm like, wait, so what if they're more like hosts? Like, you know how, like, think about, like, what we've learned from, like, Westworld, like, about, like, human consciousness and getting to that point. Like, what if they're like that?
Exactly. That's what
how could they create that? Because, like, only just through
I don't know.
What do you...
Me and Melissa are so on board. We're like, yeah, let's do the 100
No, that's
I mean, they end up like being somehow half robots. I'm gonna laugh because I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh if that's actually true.
No, I think that's like, I don't think we have budget for all of that, honestly.
Unfortunately. I'm gonna just say unfortunately.
No, I don't think we're gonna have
on
time
that
for the
picture,
host.
on that picture thing from the writers' room, it says for episode 13, over budget.
Over budget. So what is that about?
I mean, no, we're gonna destroy the planet. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna
destroy
see
the planet
blowing
again.
up, and we're just gonna. They cannot find a home. Like
And season 7,
the whole thing is they are.
yeah, we're gonna destroy this planet, and in season 7 we're gonna actually be in space looking for another planet.
That is literally the plot of Battlestar Galactica.
I don't care.
For a planet. They're looking for a planet. That's the plot of Battlestar Galactica. I mean, kind of.
But okay, so we do have a planet though. So how can you see Battlestar Galactica like coming in with this storyline, like with Elijah Stray?
Well, because in Battlestar Galactica, their biggest problem are like those. They're called Cylons. They're like the robots, and they're all fighting for kind of the planet.
Yeah.
And they can't get along because of like old. How do you say? I mean, not old really, because like they all killed each other pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know how it could come to play. Like, I don't even know why Battlestar Galactica reminds me of the 100, just like the mentality of like people in space. And,
yeah,
like,
and PS survival and all the gray area, because in Battlestar Galactica like, there is always the same. Like,
on the
gray
moral
area.
stance, it's like similar to that.
Yeah.
Like plot-wise, I mean, space is a common thing. Like maybe looking for Earth and a home. But now I don't know. Maybe like they can connect that. Like that's the new guys on the planet or somehow. I don't know. Why would we have problems with them? Why are we gonna create problems? I don't know. Like I don't know if we're just gonna battle it out again for a planet. I don't know.
I told you, if there was silence on that planet, we wouldn't be getting along. So that's the problem.
The planet depends who we find on the planet.
Yeah.
Depends what we find.
I feel like it's gonna be a repeat though. If we find somebody on the planet, it's a group of people. We go to war with them.
He said,
kind of like I feel like it's gonna be a lot more of like problems on the planet that aren't just people.
I feel like it's gonna be more than just people. Like I feel like didn't Jason say creatures? Like what if there's like dinosaurs? Like animals.
like if they're dinosaurs and it's not as then the world wouldn't be like I can't imagine like dinosaurs walking amongst buildings. I cannot imagine.
No, I don't think it's gonna be like buildings.
I don't think buildings, but like something that is more. Yes, I can even I can more imagine dragons. I gotta start talking about dragons. I can imagine dinosaurs walking through like our types of streets more than I can imagine them walking.
Climate and animals. What's gonna be a huge thing? Weather.
I think the weather maybe like a bit.
I think the weather that would be interesting.
Yeah, I think animals though could definitely be a thing. Like, what if remember back in when we first in like season 1 they showed like the deer with like the 2 heads and like they kind of teased like these like radioactive animals. Like, so what if on the new planet, like what exactly does 2 suns mean besides that it's going to be hot and it's going to be green and all of that? Like what else can 2 suns
maybe it means nothing and Jason just like put that so we can be like, ooh, new planet, like it's different, you know, there's 2 suns and then like nothing gets changed really. It's like it doesn't influence the planet at all.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
I know like there's gonna be some kind of creatures though on this planet that are gonna get them.
I would love like aliens, but like aliens that were like, what is did you see the Maze Runner? There's like these like creatures like the Reavers, the green, like those monsters or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like what if there's like animals like that, like actual monsters, and we're really going into sci-fi because think about it, we're going full sci-fi now. It seems we got a bunch of new writers for this planet. Like if we have a bunch of new writers, what could that?
I want to see Bellamy take down a creature.
I don't know if I don't.
Imagine Bellamy playing a monster. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna like we didn't even in the 100 like the first 5 seasons like we saw one deer and the what was like the gorilla, and that's pretty much it. Like I don't think they're gonna focus a lot on the maybe creatures. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe I'm just like not used to this. I don't know.
Yeah. Hold on. I saw some people saying in the comments that I think that tides, moons, like, can the suns affect like day or night or something like that? Like, is there a moon? Is there just two suns?
Two suns
is going to be daytime?
A lot of radiation.
And it's going to be great lighting, guys.
Yeah, oh my
There's
god.
There's going to be amazing lighting.
But like, I don't know, like if the two suns are on the same side and if they rotate, like, I don't know if this new planet rotates on that way, because like that's why we have sun. Like maybe the day is like 20 days long or something, and night is like 50 days long or something. I mean, it can go either way. I don't have no idea. Maybe it's gonna come to the. Maybe we're gonna be in the part of the planet where the night is long, like 50 days, and so it's always gonna be dark, and the lightning's gonna be shit, and the light is gonna kiss there, and we won't even see it. That's.
That'd be really, really sad.
That's all we can, like, all the tears we can come up with, just the sad ones.
Just a lot of tears. You know there's going to be tears next season anyway.
Some people are saying there wouldn't be night.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory about no night. I mean, I don't know. What about, like, I know that the moon, like the suns and the moon, like the moon affects the tides by us. Like, oh, when there's a full moon, the tide rises by us. Like, I wonder if, like, the suns have, like, I don't know, like water. We'll have like tidal waves or something.
Is there even going to be water like that on this planet though? If there's two suns,
there has to be water.
I mean, there has to be water, otherwise we can't inhabit it.
Yeah, that exactly.
There has.
I feel like there's gonna be more water than like
them
and
around.
Yeah.
I hope everybody goes swimming.
Is it gonna be like? Is it gonna be like King's Landing from Game of Thrones? Like, is it gonna look like that kind of world?
Ooh, but that is like very medieval.
That's
medieval. That doesn't really strike me.
They're wearing like the long dresses and the.
Can you imagine if we're in like a medieval planet? That's like
they're gonna come down and be so out of place.
Like, so basically, like we're doing these shows.
I feel like
Westworld.
Then we were Jurassic Park. Now we're Game of Thrones.
I feel like Clark would rather die than wear a dress. She had opportunity to dress in something beautiful, and in season 2.
That was not their fault. That was the Grounders wardrobe fault. That was the worst thing I've seen in my life.
What?
The 3-3 dress?
No. Yeah, I forgot. She
wore a dress and it was horrible.
Yeah, she wore a dress and it was really bad. Yeah, and Eliza doesn't like the dress either. Neither did Bob.
I mean, who with eyes would like that?
Literally.
It looked horrible.
Luke Skywalker's home planet had two suns. That's what I said to you. I was like, what if it's like Tatooine? Like, you guys need to see Star Wars. It's like a sand planet.
I don't think that's...
But the thing about that, if it's like a sand planet, I feel like we've already gotten like a barren
already because of the radiation from the Earth.
Like, yeah, I feel like it's going to be like a sand type of planet.
And I don't know if we should judge from it looked like the entire planet looked like blue and green.
I mean, really, for me, it looked gray. It looked like a destroyed thing.
What? No, it was so blue. Like there is so much water.
Really? Actually, for me, it looked gray.
What if it's like a Walking Dead type of world? Like, what if there's like zombies? Because like they've been on this like.
There's not gonna be zombies. We already have that show.
But like, what if there's zombies?
What if they eat people? One crew would fit in perfectly.
Yeah, I feel
like. No, okay, but listen to this. If it's like a Walking Dead type of world, like if we enter and there's already like an apocalypse in this Earth, like walkers would be like huge. Like if there's like walkers on the planet, because it could be like, oh, the people that we're going up against are really like the dead. Nobody wants Walking Dead week 100. Bellamy Blake could be the Rick Grimes.
Oh my God! Look, I would love that.
Bellamy on a motorcycle.
Yeah, let's give Bellamy a bike. Let's make him Daryl.
Not with the hair, please. Not with the hair.
Yeah, not
I have no idea. There's so many possibilities with that planet that we ventured so far. Like we went from dinosaurs to zombies to like there's so many things. Like they have such. I can't wait to think because we're so in the dark still. Like I think like maybe before like soonish we can find out.
Yeah, we have to find out
approximately something.
There's
like
what the lightning was prominent in the planet shot. There was lightning.
Which means it's gonna be environmental issues.
I'm sorry, I just met someone said Jacqueline. What are you talking about?
Nobody knows what Jacqueline's talking about. Jacqueline's doing the crossovers in her head right now.
I'm literally imagining every show we ever saw. Like maybe it's that.
Someone said that's the world we're going to.
Never City of Lights.
If we go back to something like that, I'm killing myself. Really.
If they make it like the City of Light, then it'll be a city. It will actually be a city. Like there'll be streets. It'll be like.
That's what I want. I want it to be like a modern world. I'd love it if it was like modern world. Like
where are they gonna live? Like my main question is: are they gonna live in like apartments? Like who's gonna live with who? What is gonna happen? Where do they live? Like they slept in
there won't be buildings. Just accept it. There won't be buildings.
Where are they gonna sleep?
They're gonna
in like a real.
Why that bothers me? Why would they sleep in a spaceship?
Like they're gonna sleep in cryo.
They're gonna sleep.
Never actually saw any bed of any kind. We just saw like tents and things like that. Like where do these people sleep?
Clark will be teacher. Imagine Clark is
teacher. Or Clark would be like a painter. Bellamy would be like a history teacher.
You're going off all the
muse. Be Clark's muse for painting. That's what that is.
Clark will have like a gallery. I don't think that they're gonna
read this before.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna actually make it like that.
Obviously, they're like similar, I think, to Earth. I think there's gonna be a bunch of environmental issues, and we're gonna have a new group of people that are gonna give us problems.
Well, you know what's gonna be really exciting to see is, first of all, set pictures, because remember last hiatus, Jason was posting a lot of pictures of them on set.
We haven't, like, that's gonna be cool to see the set because it's a new place.
See the set would be really exciting.
Want to show us a set because we're not gonna know what anything is gonna look like, so maybe they're not gonna want to reveal that to us.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or even if they do give us like
something though.
Even if they do give us like a set picture, I feel like it's just gonna look like our world. Like we're not gonna know anything about the subtext of, like, even if it's like a picture of like Bellamy like outside, like if we get like a picture of Bob sitting on like the grass or something like that, like it's not gonna give away anything, you know? So
but I cannot imagine our guys in a more like modern and progressed. I cannot, like, I'm trying to picture like if that plan is progressed, like they have vehicles of some sort.
Exactly.
I cannot imagine our guys like crossing the streets or something.
Yeah,
like, I cannot imagine them in any of
But Jason said something like, if the Grounders in 100 years, if they could imagine like new language and new culture and everything, imagine what the people they have that have 200 years could do, something along the lines
if
like
we
that.
have a new language again, let us know, please.
Yeah, they start filming August 27th, so
we'll find.
No, but last year I remember when they started filming, it was like really like they were so excited about filming and everything. They were putting up pictures of like
that's what
they all look like again. Like I hope that they give us stuff like that. Do you think that they're gonna have new outfits? Like, are they gonna keep with their?
Yeah, they're gonna have new outfits.
What do you think?
Well, right now they're wearing the Allegis uniform.
Well, no, they had the Allegis uniforms, and then Jordan was like, get dressed. So then they changed into their outfits that they wore, because Clark had the tank top on and Bellamy had that shirt on.
They're not gonna wear those same outfits in the whole season.
Oh, I'm so disappointed now.
They look really good in the
Allegiance. But I was so hopeful that we're gonna get out of the Grounders costumes.
Yeah,
I was so hopeful.
Well, maybe they will when they get down to the ground. Maybe they're gonna look stupid with their clothes.
Imagine they all like be like military with like those type of uniforms.
And then the plan, everyone's
like
just like
spears and like.
And the plan, everyone's just like a hippie, and they're all like chill and we're all.
That's
We're all
what
like,
Mars is like. I would love it if it's like a hippie world.
No, like someone said it's gonna look like Fifth Element City. I said that in the review. I'm like, this is gonna be Fifth Element. Cars are gonna be flying. They're gonna be like, we don't have budget for that, but like if we had budget for that, I think that's where we would go. We don't have budget for that.
Really cool. Or like, I don't know. We can either go, I feel like, super like technology advanced, really futuristic cities and all of that, or we could go towards more of like a medieval, like an almost world that we're already in, but one that's still, I don't know if they'd be struggling with technology or something. If it's gonna be more like a Game of Thrones world, like where it's medieval, but like I can't see it being like that. I think it's gonna be more. Yeah.
I'm having such a problem because I can't see it as anything. I can't see our guys in like a very modern world because it's gonna be really weird.
No, I don't think it's gonna be very modern, but I think it's gonna be they're gonna have some big technology like progress.
Yeah, but like how is the city gonna look like?
I don't think it's gonna be like with buildings and everything. It's been 200 years. That's not.
But if they're very progressed with technology, then they can build. I mean, they're not gonna be very progressed with technology and live in tents. Like,
well, they're not gonna live in tents, but they're not gonna live in buildings from city.
Well, not like huge buildings, but like maybe 3-4 stories.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine seeing them like in spice streets, like where they have to cross the.
That's my problem. I'm trying to
walk like a sidewalk. Like,
yeah, that's my problem. I'm literally trying to picture them like, I don't know, standing in the street while cars are passing. Like I cannot imagine like them like even being near car. Like I cannot. I don't know.
I know that Jason was looking at places in Vancouver where like for filming locations and all of that. So like if they were gonna film in like the Vancouver like city. First of all, that's where Supergirl films. That's where the Flash films. That's where Arrow films. Like these cities are what is in majority of the CW shows.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like if they're gonna do that, and there's always set pictures of them filming because like people can go and visit the sets and like take behind the scene pictures and stuff. So I feel like, and the reason why there's never any fans able to see the 100 set is because they film in the middle of the woods. Like literally, like you cannot find the 100 set. Like it's really hard because they're so secluded in the middle of nowhere. So I feel as though they're gonna keep that seclusion of the middle of nowhere, just to even keep that like suspense of like what does this mean that they're on a world that looks like ours, but there's gonna be obviously be something different because it's a new planet. Yeah.
I really think it's gonna be the animals and the weather. I think that's gonna be
different. What if there's people with superpowers? Like, what if the people with superpowers?
That's all stuff that's been done already, though. Like, we already have those shows.
Yeah, but but imagine our guys having to go up against people with superpowers.
We would all die.
I guess we lose. They can't do that.
But even if they don't have superpowers, our guys can't go against anyone. We're going to another planet that's probably like all habited. I mean, there are people there. We can't go again. Like there are 400 of us, and like maybe there are millions of them.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna do. Like I can't imagine anything. I can't imagine them in any setting except woods.
I just want it to be different than all previous sizes.
I think it will.
I just want it so bad. I don't want to just go back at like literally the same planet and just fight with
I don't want that
people either. Like I don't want that. That's the only thing I know I don't want.
Yeah, like I don't think that they will repeat a story. Like, you know what? We're gonna be out of. There's no more Polis, which is a thing. Polis is gone now.
Oh, fuck.
What do we call it? I really want to know what it's called.
What are we calling it?
He's probably not gonna tell us until like we're probably gonna find out.
Well, they said what's the new planet called, and he wouldn't say because it's a spoiler.
Meaning that we're gonna have to wait to find out.
Meaning the name of it is probably something that we can all look up and find out something about the planet.
That, or it's gonna be something that's like really meaningful. That's why.
You want us to film you?
No.
You want me to camera?
It's her brother. Hello.
Hi.
Want to say hi?
No.
I think he's filming us for whatever reason. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Say me.
Why?
Oh, shut up.
I'm so I'm sorry, dude. I'm shocked that he didn't yell out Flex. So that's the thing I'm most shocked about.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to
As
come.
long as he
Yeah.
yelled.
Yeah, I know. What were we talking about, the planets? I got lost.
Oh my god,
I don't
somebody in the comments said, where'd it go? Imagine Bellamy is about to open the dropship door and Clark says to him the air could be toxic and then he smiles at her.
I would love that. I would die.
That's not gonna happen. But
That's not gonna happen, but I would die.
Would give that.
Every other show would give that.
Yeah.
I would love that. I feel like,
or they could do it backwards and Bellamy could be like, wait, Clark, the air could be toxic, and Clark's just gonna be like,
it's toxic, we're all dead anyway.
no, she'll just like give him a look.
But like, I really do think that 601 is probably gonna be a lot of parallels to 101, I would say. Like,
oh yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of like our pilot, I would say.
Well, it is if they're gonna go down in that episode.
I feel like
maybe they're not gonna go down.
If they go down, I feel like when they go down, then when they open the door to get out of the ship on the ground, I feel like people with the guns are gonna wait for them.
Well, they have to. I mean, they have to know they're coming. I don't even know why they would allow them to just like.
What can they do? Like shoot at them?
No, intercept them in space. If they're advanced, they have something to go to space with.
Why wouldn't they let them just come down?
Yeah.
Well, like, what do you know who's coming down? Like,
well, you wait them with the bombs, like they can't do anything to you.
Yeah, I know. So they open there and they're like,
maybe they're gonna go to space. Maybe they're gonna come to us. Who knows?
Maybe they can just like hear the radio.
Maybe they're gonna try to radio us.
Yeah.
Maybe that's gonna happen.
I mean, at least that's.
What if they?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine?
What if
like,
they play radioactive?
Oh my god! Stop.
Oh my god! Like, radioactive as they're like coming down from the ship.
Even if it's like the instrumental of radioactive.
Yeah.
I would die.
Yeah.
We'd be crying.
I would not be able to watch the rest of the episode. I would not be able.
Instead of radios, what if there's like cell phones? Like, what if there's actual phones? If this is gonna
but like, can anyone imagine like Bellamy holding a cell phone?
No, that's weird.
Tablet or something.
Yeah, like it's
right?
gonna be really. It could be really interesting and exciting.
But then they should.
Hey, can anyone imagine like Indra calling someone on the phone?
Imagine that.
What if they have flip phones? What if they have like flip phones and they like and Clark gets mad and just like shuts down?
Yeah,
they would.
It was text. Yeah, imagine Bellamy and Clark texting.
Imagine that. Like,
that would be amazing.
That would be so amazing.
That
would be really cool. I don't know. I just like there's so many different ideas of where they could go with this. Like there's so much. And I feel like in the trailer they're gonna have to give that out too. Like we're gonna have to see that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, of course.
Like we're gonna see the world probably in the trailer.
I mean, that sense.
Keep something.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah.
I'm so excited for the new world. I don't know what it like.
Yeah.
I'm like so in the dark.
We should have to wait so long though. Like it sucks being on hiatus.
It's gonna be like every previous hiatus.
I mean, it's gonna be shorter than the one between 4 and 5. Like that one was hell.
But like
it's gonna be shorter.
It's gonna
be shorter than 4 and 5. That's definitely like for sure. Like it has to be. I'm hoping that it comes back. I would say around April because March they do Conageddon. January they have Unity Day. Like
April will be the right
April's a good month to come back. Yeah. And like I would say, hopefully, I know they're filming. Aren't they? They're filming a little later though this year, aren't they? Like I feel like normally they stop in January. Now they're stopping in February.
Yeah, but because usually they start at the beginning of August and now at the end of August.
Yeah, because like for season 5 they did it this way, but like they thought they were gonna come back in February, so like the season was done by the time it aired.
Yeah.
So like this, I think it's just it's gonna be April, I think.
I think it's gonna be April, definitely at the end of the April. At the end of the April.
Yeah.
So,
I cannot wait. It's
I'm
gonna
so
be
excited.
amazing. And I think the most thing that what we're all really excited for is definitely the
talking,
relationships, the talking,
relationships,
and the new planet. Like, I think, listen, season 5 was a disappointment, but I think season 6 has a lot of promise to it because this was so disappointing. Like, nothing could be as worse. There will never be an episode as bad as 506. Like, there can't. It's impossible.
That is true.
It is impossible.
We can only go up from here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we touched rock bottom with this season, really. So
exactly.
We've been through hell, but we made it out alive, and we're ready. Not right now, but we'll be ready.
We will be ready. We will all come back stronger, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back more realistic.
Yeah.
With the guard up.
A little bit more.
Being like, I don't know what's happening, but I don't know what Jason is doing. I'm gonna be cautious.
What's gonna be this season, we actually, the 4 of us, through these chats and through picking apart all the storylines that we've been given and all the characters and really unraveling all of it, we literally guessed the entire season. We guessed the whole outcome of it.
Yeah, from the episode 1, we literally guessed the entire season.
Yeah, it was actually predictable.
Hopefully, we'll be able to do that again next season.
Hopefully, next season
we'll be just as powerful.
I want to be shocked at some point, you know, because like now we just figured out everything. Maybe one time we won't.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was also kind of like obvious for us because as soon as we saw those pods, we were like, yeah, we're going in those. Like, there's no way there's a set for that, but we're not going to be in that. And we got that. So I feel like there was a lot of hints that we were able to catch on. Yeah. And I wonder if Jason has been watching these and knows that we knew everything going and is like, okay, so now I really need to trick them and make sure that that they can't guess anything.
Like, it's hard because anytime they mention anything that just sounds like what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Her brother is playing knocking on heaven's doors right now. I was like, what is playing? I'm sorry. This is a lot. So, what was I saying? I lost train of thought. It's not that hard to figure out what they're gonna do from time to time because whenever they mention something that like sounds like it can be unimportant, they bring that back. So you just like have to pay attention to what they're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like after watching a lot of TV in general, you catch on to that with shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like, I think we'll figure it out next season, guys.
Yeah.
If we pay close attention to it. Not if it's like Westworld, because I can't.
No.
I can't figure out.
I can't figure out what's gonna happen. What's happening in each episode? You have no idea. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. You guys didn't catch up with Westworld, right?
No.
We're gonna start watching tomorrow.
We wanted today, but we didn't. So we're gonna continue tomorrow.
Oh, I am excited to hear what you guys have to say about Westworld because the season.
If we understand something.
Yeah, we were just very lost most of the season of Westworld, and we're still lost. It's like it's a great show, but I have no idea what's going on.
Like most of the time.
Yeah, I know. We have like no clue. I just remember like one of our reactions, like during season 2, like someone was like, I love you girls, like you pick everything up. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know what's happening.
Never seen.
You understand? I don't know what I literally don't know what we just watched. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said in the comments, gonna miss my lag crew.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll miss lag crew as
well on Twitter.
Yeah.
We'll come check in on you guys.
We actually have something planned that we're hoping to do soon. Like, you guys don't worry. And we'll be back next season for sure.
Definitely,
yeah. Lag crew is gone.
Yes. Lag crew forever. Oh my gosh. All right, so it must be really late where you guys are now.
Yeah, it's almost 3.
We started late.
We started a little later this time, yeah.
It's almost.
Lag crew will come back when we get some news.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a while before we get news because they're yet to. I mean, they're gonna start filming soon.
They're starting filming really soon.
Yeah, I forget what month we're in.
Yeah.
I hope that Jason keeps us occupied with some pictures behind the scenes again.
Yeah, if you're watching this, Jason, please
keep us. Please continue feeding us during hiatus.
I don't know, I wish we get something, but we're gonna get something from the first episode because that's still not a spoiler. Like they're still gonna look the same.
Yeah.
So they can give us something from set.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is true. I think hopefully if he gives us pictures and stuff like that, like the day that they start filming, like we'll start to accumulate some news, and I think it's just gonna be a lot of predictions until then because we're gonna be in the dark for a while.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to see what the new planet is. Like that's just gonna be the main thing I want to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, like especially talking about it, like what are they gonna do? There's just so much.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot they can do with it.
There's a lot of possibilities they can do.
I don't know. Let's hope for
I can't wait to see Bellamy and Clark working together because I still can't get over how
I can't wait to see them in a different place. Like I can't wait to see them on a new planet.
Yeah, it's like a new planet, and like they're back to working together, and it's really really exciting.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna miss Monty though. I would assume that Jordan is gonna be as like tech savvy as Monty was because I'm
Monty
sure Monty
said that he's smart.
He's
smart.
They said what smart as like his father. I mean, they literally put that because like we need a person like Monty because like without Monty or Raven, they would all die.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
they never explain to us like how they do what they do, but like it always gets done.
Believe that they do.
Like they need things to fill the plot holes with them. Like Monty and Raven know what to do, and like okay.
Yeah, like I definitely think that Jordan is going to be
have a huge role in our group for sure. Yeah,
so we have to land the ship that they are on though. So I think we definitely have to wake up Raven and Shaw. Probably Raven or Shaw.
Definitely. I feel like at least them. But them. We have to wake up.
It's going to be really nice because that moment that Bellamy and Clark shared, that's gonna continue into next season, and to know that there's no time jump in between this, but there is a reset, which is really exciting. Like there's a reset going to a new planet, but there's no time jump. Like our characters are still where they were when we left them.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be interesting. At least like the way they set up like that last shot. Like I hope that's just.
And then the end of book one. End of book one, meaning this chapter is over on Earth. And we're starting a new book, and a lot of things can happen. Like think about how far Bellamy and Clark have come in this one book that they have.
Exactly.
Like I feel like the next development in their stage is romance for sure.
Well, I mean,
if
they let them talk, of course.
If they let them go there is the real.
We just all need to talk in season 6.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like it's not like they have to do a lot. They just have to talk.
No.
Like, we're really not asking for much.
We don't ask for that much right now anymore. We've learned not to ask for much.
That's sad. That's just sad.
Yeah.
Our expectations just become lower and lower, like with every live chat.
Yeah,
we just want them to talk.
I would love to go back and rewatch all of them. No. But they're just very long. I can't listen to all of us talk that long.
I don't want to see myself be hopeful like that ever.
I would laugh.
I will be so hurt that I was so hopeful and that they destroyed all my hopes. I will be so hurt.
I think that we have a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Although the theory of like end of book one really goes in relation to Clark telling Maddie like the story of like the 100. And remember that trailer that we got while they were at Comic-Con last year of like all like the 101, like that whole thing, that story trailer that we have. So like what if the entire show is somebody reading this book of Bellamy and Clark and their adventures?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Like this is, I don't know. Like, someone said like maybe Maddie is the one that's telling it. Like everyone's dead.
Yeah,
that's terrifying. That would be so.
Like that sounds like happen. Which is great.
Yeah, great.
That'd be so devastating. But like, I feel like we've talked about this a lot of like the series ending completely with Bellamy and Clark like dying and like their legacy, like in their stories and adventures living on through this book. It is to put end of book 1 though is definitely a point in that direction. It could be. It could be nothing, but it could also be something like where we're gonna end the series of like this was their book. This was the entire story.
I think they're definitely gonna do that.
I mean, it could be something because, like, what is the point in writing end of book 1? Like, I don't know, like, there has to be some significance to
exactly.
it.
It's so random.
Well, I feel like end of book 1 could also be like what Jason said, like it's the end of that planet, end of book 1, we are on a new planet. Although, like, guys, think about this. It ended, like, book 1 ended with Bellamy and Clark's arms around each other looking at a new planet. Like, that's amazing.
I mean,
that is good.
If they had seen this season, that would be great.
Yeah, it went really.
At least end on a good note.
It went really on a good note, yeah.
So we'll see where we go from that, but.
We'll see where we go, and we will keep our expectations a little lower.
But still hopeful, and we'll be,
we're gonna still keep the hope, and
we'll be fine. It'll be great.
We're still breathing. We're good.
As long as Bellamy and Clark are still alive,
we're still breathing.
Somehow we're still breathing. I mean, you saw our reaction because we were a mess. I didn't think we'd recover.
I wasn't breathing there.
Yeah,
I was suffocating.
That was horrible.
That was a bad one.
That was bad. I couldn't even talk. Like, it was just bad.
It really was.
All right, so we want to thank all of you guys who have been watching. Oh my gosh,
this is our last one, but we're gonna do like this isn't gonna be our last live chat together before next season. We'll like check in at some point.
Well, we have some information, maybe, exactly, and we can like talk about something.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, and of course we will be back to doing these live chats next season for sure with you guys. So.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us every week.
And even if you didn't join us every week and you just like joined in whenever,
popped in. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for listening to us.
Thank you so much. This was really interesting for us as well.
Sorry for being pessimistic most of the time, but
we all had a good balance.
We have a great balance. That's why we're good friends. Like, we all just have like the same like goal, but to get there, we all just each other.
Me and Lola were usually pessimistic ones, but usually at the end of every
it was like we mixed it up. Like, sometimes both of us were pessimistic and you were optimistic. Sometimes me and Jack were pessimistic and you and Marcella optimistic.
Yes. That's how we kind of started off in the beginning of the season.
Like levels out, and
it like we all switch around.
Yeah, and then we all try to get like that happy part at the end. We just help each other
trying to get to the happy end.
Yeah, like this was a really hard season, and I feel like these live chats really helped looking it out. And
I mean, at least they helped one person, which is Milena.
I know that they helped me.
Always felt better.
I always after every live chat, however the episode horrible was,
I think live chat after episode 6 is the most iconic.
That's the only one I would actually rewatch.
I don't know.
We're so proud of that one, all of us.
I mean, we were wrong.
We were completely wrong, but
because we went to 3 theories, like what's gonna happen after this episode. We were completely wrong, but like at that time,
we were so wrong.
We felt better.
You felt all right after that.
No, I can't ignore this.
Everybody's commenting, may we meet again.
Yes.
Yes, may we meet again in next season, and we will be checking in. So make sure that you guys, obviously, we know that you're subscribed to both channels, but make sure that you keep up with like our social media where we'll tell you guys like when we're doing another live. And because I know like it's always like you expect it every week, and it was always like in between like Friday and like Monday. Like it was in those 4 days it was going to be alive every week. So just keep up with our social media, I would say, just to see when there's another live. Because there will be one very soon, actually. But
Hello.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching.
May we meet again.
Yes, may we
meet again.
Why did you just say that? No.
Why do you want to hurt me?
I know.
Because we're trying.
Trying really hard.
Jason is making it easy.
Yeah.
There's a bug. Bye before it flies on me.
Bye. Bye, guys.